Okay, let's see. He's into cryptocurrencies, but he wants to understand what's the concept behind cryptocurrencies, decentralized systems. He wants to understand what's the concept behind blockchain and all. So that's why he's here.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to pick the second person. You guys have been chatting a lot. So tell us about her.
Hello everyone. I only know her name, and I asked her. She said she doesn't know. She's actually new to the system. But for myself, I have a scattered knowledge of what blockchain is, and I got interested because um, how do I put this? Um, or the blockchain related. Um, so basically, that's what got me interested in blockchain, and I really want to know more so I can create better content on blockchain. Yes. Annie? Annie. Yeah.
Okay, let me
Thank
pick
you very
one
much.
person. I see a fine face. Very, very fine face. Hello. Okay. How about you? Can I know what's your neighbor's
All right. My neighbor's name is Emmanuel, and basically he's an IT person that works at AFX. So that is basic info I got. Sorry, I didn't ask.
name?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Can you tell us a little bit about your neighbor?
Okay, we are still having the conversation.
Since that time?
It's fine.
Okay, you just started. All right. So I'll pick somebody else. Okay. Hi. Good morning. Can you tell us a little bit about your neighbor?
My neighbor's name is Adamu, and he's a civil engineer. He's interested in cryptocurrency and yeah, app development and blockchain.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I believe your neighbor may not have captured everything about you. So we're still going to do individual introductions. So just tell us your name, what do you do, and what are you hoping to gain from this hangout today?
I
So
think-
we'll start serially,
Okay.
and we'll start from this place.
My name is Tuji. I just started. I don't know. I'm just here to learn about blockchain. Programming.
All right, nice to meet you.
My name is Jeremiah, and I'm a product designer. So my main reason for coming here is to learn more about the blockchain, because I think the knowledge is very important. When it comes to design, you need to understand the whole system, how it works, not just design, but how everything works. So that's why I'm here to have more knowledge of the flow and all.
Okay, nice to meet you. So you're trying to venture into product design in the blockchain space, and that's beautiful.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Excel. I'm a creative designer, and I'm here to transition. Yeah.
You're here to transition, but you didn't tell us where you're transitioning into. Okay, let's meet you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Suleiman Baim, and I'm a back-end developer currently, and I'm here to meet great blockchain developers that will, change the future of the web. I'm here to meet more of them here and learn more from them. Actually, thank you.
Wow, amazing. I see aggressive for good on your t-shirt. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Emmanuel Odia Dikpe. I work for EHIFIX. I want to make money.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Abigail Olamide Elegba. I'm a graphic designer. I came here to learn more and have more knowledge in my field and everything. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura. I'm a junior blockchain developer, and I'm here to network.
There's no junior and senior in blockchain development. Yeah, you're a blockchain developer, and that is what you are.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gabriel Anikiwato. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm also here to learn on blockchain.
Hello, I am Sebastian David. I am an email marketer and email developer, and I got interested in blockchain because I got onboarded as a content creator for a blockchain company. Probably I might use this opportunity to throw more light about it. Zenith Chain, they just launched some days ago. It's a cryptocurrency brand, and we just launched our CEX that aids trading on the platform. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Muhammad Mokhtar. I'm an Android mobile developer. I'm just here to learn more about blockchain and meet new people here.
Good morning, everyone. I am Steven, and I am a student. I'm here to learn more about blockchain technology.
Hi everyone, my name is Emmanuel Ekundayo Agbaji. I am here to network to know more about blockchain. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ife. I'm into cryptocurrency and I want to learn more about blockchain.
Hello everybody, my name is Tunji. I'm a chemical engineer. I'm just curious, that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. So we're going to move over to this side.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Anekwe. I'm a business support development professional, and I'm here to learn the various use cases for blockchain as regarding which I can use to provide solutions for my clients.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sadiq, and I am here for t-shirt and food.
Hey everyone, my name is Toby. I'm a product designer. Also trying to, get some experience on the Web3 space. So.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Adamu. I'm a philosopher / engineer, and I believe blockchains have the power to make the world a better place, and that's why I'm here.
My name is Mustafa, and I'm an engineer. I'm here to learn more about the future of money, blockchain, and Web3.
My name is Abubakar Sadiq Umar, backend developer. Well, actually, I'm here to just learn about Bitcoin.
My name is Umar Yusuf. I'm a software developer. I'm here to explore blockchain.
Morning, my name is Hilary. I'm a full stack developer and also a Web3 developer. So I'm just here to get more insight into blockchain.
My name is Muhammad Abdullahi. Just still in the learning process, and I'm just here to learn more about blockchain.
Okay, my name is Shafiu Shitu. I'm a content creator, so I'm here to learn about blockchain and Web3.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniel Drambi. I'm here to learn more about blockchain.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Gabriel. I'm just here to learn more about blockchain.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Faith Roberts. An upcoming web developer, and I'm here to know more about the blockchain and the cryptocurrency. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sanusi Abdulkadir. I'm a web developer. I'm here to learn what's blockchain.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael, and I do front end. Thank you. I'm interested in blockchain. Blockchain is the future. So,
I'm George Alabi. I came here to learn about the blockchain, and I'm interested in coding mostly.
Good morning, everyone. I am Abdul Samad Otaiki Sadiq, and I am a front-end developer and Python programmer. I came here because I'm interested in blockchain and Web3.
So Chioma will give us a little introduction on what Blockheader Web3 is and what we're all about.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tosin Bakinde. I am an electrical engineer and also a Python programmer. I am into blockchain too, so I want to find out what Web3 is all about.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you for introducing yourselves. You've not introduced yourself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Uyomi, and well, I'm not really into technology, but I came because I was invited. So I'm here to expand my knowledge about what blockchain is and maybe invest more in it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming. We hope you get into technology after today. So welcome, everybody, and thank you for introducing yourselves. We've seen great people here, blockchain developers already, software developers who want to get into the blockchain space, content creators, product designers, and business people who are looking for ways to integrate blockchain into their businesses and serve others better. It's awesome that we have this set of people here because we get to know that blockchain is not just about buying and selling cryptocurrencies. There are a lot of solutions we can there are a lot of solutions that can come from the blockchain, a lot of things we can do with the blockchain, a lot of innovations, and it's wonderful to know that blockchain can be integrated into your business. You can offer your skills in the blockchain space and you earn from it. You can decide to create products around the blockchain, and that is another way to earn from the blockchain. So this is a new technology that we all need to leverage. We must leverage it, and we are here to learn more about it and know the exact field in blockchain that we should get into. This program is hosted by Blockheader Web3. Blockheader Web3 is the blockchain unit of Colab Kaduna, and the essence of having a Blockheader Web3 community is to create an avenue for us to come together and network, learn more about the blockchain, and know how to leverage the blockchain. We are very concerned about blockchain education because we believe that getting into the blockchain, you need to have enough knowledge to leverage the blockchain and make use of it to earn, to create solutions, and to innovate. And that is why we are here today. So thank you, everybody, for coming. We hope you have a nice time today. And please write. Please write. It is important that you write because you might forget some things, but when you write it down, you can always go back to it. We'll be getting a lot of value from today's event, and I hope that that value follows you home. Thank you so much.
Hi. All right, so thank you, everyone. I think I've not introduced myself, so I should. My name is Donald Ifeanyi-Mora. I'm a software developer, blockchain developer, startup founder, and like Emmanuel said, I love to make money. I know many of us didn't say that, but that's why most of us are here. And that's why we're learning, so that's it. So first speaker, Bobby Wang, is coming up to be here. So again, a lot of us are going to learn different things. So he's going to be talking about non-custodial wallets. And we're going to see why we should have a non-custodial wallet. If you are, let me give you an example of why you should have a non-custodial wallet. If you are a Russian today and you have cryptocurrency in Binance, you are gone. They've locked it up for you. Or if you're in the US and something is happening that they just lock it up for you. So it begins with having non-custodial wallets. If you don't have the private keys to your wallet, then you don't have that money, no matter what you have in Binance or Luno or whatever. So first of all, how many of you have heard of non-custodial wallets? So yeah, so you need to understand if you are holding crypto. So we are going to start with holders. You heard when ladies were talking that it's not just about buying and trading. We'll be going into different things. But even if you are just holding crypto, you are trading, why are you not doing it in a non-custodial wallet? Why? So we're going to have Bobby Wang come up now. Is he ready? Who is going to be? So he's coming up shortly. and then we'll be talking about it. We also have Stacked Up today. After that, we're going to have Timmy Dan talk about, what's his topic again? So the Web3 stack, that's more for developers. If you want to build application around development. So it's going to expose some of the stacks around building Web3. Then the one that I think a lot more of us will be interested in is DeFi 101, Decentralized Finance 101. How can we participate in the finance ecosystem that blockchain provides? When we hear blockchain today, a lot of us hear, I'm trading Bitcoin, I'm trading, but beyond that, especially in a bearish market now, there are people who are making a lot of money in DeFi. People who are doing lending, people who are doing liquidity mining, people who are providing liquidity and earning, emissions from tokens. All that, as in, it sounds strange, but there are simple things that people are doing. In fact, what we'll be talking about there is why exactly should there be, why all these tokens? Because it's confusing. Why tokens? Why? That's what we'll be breaking down today. Why do we have so much tokens? Why is that in blockchain there's a need for that tokens? So let's welcome Bobby Wang from Consent Labs, and appreciate your hands together as it comes up.
Hello, everyone. I believe you guys can hear me, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Good morning, guys, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby, and I'm from Consent Labs, which is mainly doing the wallet for blockchains. So I'm gonna share my screen right now and introduce you some very basic information about the non-custodial wallets, and give you some tips on how to protect your digital assets. So I just heard about some of you are saying that you're coming for making money. Good for you. You're just in the right direction. There we go. Let me know if you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see your
All right.
screen.
All right. Okay. So my topic today is non-custodial wallets and how to secure your digital assets. So before we So before we really get started, I just give you a very brief introduction on what is blockchain. So sometimes it's really hard because I can spend a week to explain what is blockchain for you guys. But to be simplified, a blockchain is just a public ledgers. So basically it records everything, your transactions, your transfers, etc., all the informations in the ledger in a digital format. And then you may wonder what's the difference between the regular ledger and blockchain. So the innovation of the blockchain is that it really guarantees the fluidity and security of the records, and then guarantee the trust without the needs of any trusted third party, which means you don't need any other third parties to verify the transaction is good or not, or it's ready or not. But right now you may need your bank account or some other things when you're trying to transfer your money to another one. You may need your bank account to see, just let you know that, okay, your money is in or your money is out. But with blockchain, you don't need any other third party to do these things. So this is a very, very, very simple explanation on the blockchain. But if you guys really interested in blockchain, you can just go deep on this thing, and you can go search on the internet and they will tell you what the blockchain exactly is. So back to today's topic, the blockchain wallet. So what is blockchain wallet? Blockchain wallet is something like your regular wallet. It's just somewhere to store your money, and in the blockchain, somewhere to store your digital assets. So user can use the wallet to do various of activities. Like I said, to transfer your tokens to others, or to just simply to withdraw your tokens like Bitcoin or Ethereum into the wallet. And this is the blockchain wallet is just somewhere to store your tokens. And not only store them, but also to interact with some contracts. Let's say if you are doing DeFi, which is decentralized finance, you gotta use your wallet, blockchain wallet, to do all the transactions. So basically, blockchain wallet is the door for users to get into the blockchain world. So there are many types of wallets right now in the market: custodial wallets and non-custodial wallets. So custodial wallets, like you may all know, if you have any accounts on Binance or Coinbase, this kind of centralized exchange, they also give you a wallet, but the wallet is not controlled by yourself, but by the exchanges. So they can transfer your money away, or they can do everything with your wallet if they want. So the non-custodial wallets, the difference between the custodial wallets is, with the non-custodial wallets, users have the totally control on their assets. If you do not approve for any, or if you don't sign for any transactions, the token will stay in your wallet. So basically, users have all the controls. And then there are also two kinds of wallets for non-custodial wallets. One is software, and then second one is hardware wallets. Software wallets is something connect to the internet and much easier to use, but less secure. Let's say, let's take MetaMask as the example. MetaMask is a very famous blockchain wallet. It is a extension. It's a Chrome extension, so you can interact with all the contracts or protocols with MetaMask. So MetaMask is a very typical sample of software wallets. It's connected to the internet, and it's much easier to use. You can simply just click on the approve, and then boom, everything's done. If you are transactions, or if you're transferring your money or tokens to others. And then the hardware wallet is a physical wallet. It's a physical wallet. So everything should be confirmed on the hardware wallets. So it's not that much easier to use, but it gives you more securities, because you have the hardware wallets on your hand, and then if you don't confirm, you don't. Even though the contracts are asking for approvals, but if you do not confirm on your hardware wallets, the transaction will not be done. So I can't say it's 100% safe, but it's much safer, much secure than the software wallets. So that's the non-custodial wallets. And then, before we really get started, next thing is very important for you guys to remember. Do not share your backup phrase. I don't know if you guys really familiar with backup phrase. Backup phrase is the first thing you get when you are generating your wallet. So it was made, it was formed by 12 to 24 English words. So with these English words, it can generate your secret key. And then with the secret key, you can sign all the transactions or the transferring. So that's why the backup phrase is very important, because anyone with your backup phrase, they can recover your wallet anywhere in the world with any other wallets. So basically, owning the backup phrase means you are controlling your wallet. If you lost your backup phrase, even though you still have the wallet on your hands, it doesn't mean you control it, because everybody can recover it on other wallets by just simply typing your backup phrase. So before we really get started, this is a very important thing. If you don't remember anything today, just remember this one. Do not share your backup phrase. And let's go ahead. So today's content, I'm gonna just give you some introduction on the hardware wallets and how to use the hardware wallets, and then several suggestions when you're using the wallets when interacting with protocols, with contracts on blockchain world. Here we go. So hardware wallets, for me, I think it's better. It's a better way to protect your digital assets. Why? Because from the database of Trezor is a very famous hardware wallet in the world. From the database, from the research of the Trezor, around 66% of the attack are remote attack, so which means it's through the internet. And another security team called Slow Mist. It's a security audit team, a very famous one in blockchain world. They said the reason of theft of funds are from phishing attack. So which means it's also through the internet. So that comes out why hardware wallets is much safer, because hardware wallets is completely off the internet. So it may connect with your mobile phone or smartphone via Bluetooth, or it connect to your laptop with USB cables. So it's completely off the internet, so it can effectively defend against the remote attack. So that's why I think hardware wallets is much safer than the software wallets. And how to choose a hardware wallet? Right now in the market, there are a lot of hardware wallets. Let's say Ledger, Trezor, Keystone, etc., etc. Those things you may heard about. So I think there are three things that I can share with you guys that how to choose the hardware wallets. First one is secure first. When you are buying any hardware wallets in the market, you have to check firstly what's the security chip is. Let's say EL6 plus or EL5 plus, etc. So this depends on different protocols. But you have to check what the security chip is, and trust this kind of a hardware wallet. And then another important thing is hard wallet has to be easy to use. When you are trying to interacting with DeFi protocol or DeFi contract, you will find out software wallet may be much easier to use. It's more convenient. You do not have to connect via any Bluetooth or any USB cable, etc., etc. You can just simply click on approve, and then your transaction is done. But hardware wallets requiring some Bluetooth connection, QR code scanning, or USB capable connections, etc., etc. But among those kind of methods, you have to identify which one is much easier for you. Maybe someone someone like Bluetooth connection, someone like USB cable connections, or someone prefer QR scanning. So that is totally depends on users. So it have to fit and match your personal experience or personal like. It has to be easy to use. And then the third one is that I think a good hardware wallet has to be tested by the market. So try to buy some famous brands, let's say Ledger or Trezor. They are tested. They are already tested by the market. So you don't have to worry about if it's safe or not, because other users will tell you it's safe or not. So these 3 points will give you a better understanding how to choose a hardware wallet. And then how to use a hardware wallet. It's kind of like really depends on you how you want to use these wallets. So firstly, you have to clarify the purpose of the wallet. So some of them are, let's say, they are more defiers. So they more likely, they more frequently interact with DeFi contracts. And then I don't really recommend you guys to buy any hardware wallets, but the software wallets is good enough, because it's kind of not that convenient. But then if you are a holder for any tokens, let's say if you want to hold Bitcoin for next 5 years, and then I really recommend you to try a hardware wallet, because it's more safe. It's not online wallet. And then if you, every time you put your Bitcoin or Ethereum into your hardware wallet, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's why before you use hardware wallets, you have to clarify the purpose of the wallet, or how you want to interact with the blockchain world. And then another thing is that hardware wallets is more effectively isolated from online. Or a backup phrase, like I mentioned earlier in this slide, if you use your backup phrase to recover your wallet on the hot wallet, let's say the software wallet, it doesn't make any sense. Then the hardware wallet will lost its point of doing it, because it's offline. But if you recover it online, it's totally lost its meaning. And then try to simplify the usage scenario of hardware wallets. Like I said, some hardware wallets may not that easier to use when you are interacting with any DeFi contracts. So if you want to use a hardware wallet, just try to simplify the usage scenario. Simply just hold the token, then you can just try the hardware wallets. Otherwise, I really recommend you can try with non-custodial software wallets. And then, like I mentioned before, hardware wallets doesn't mean 100% secure, because first one, right now, most of the DeFi projects are requesting for infinity authorizations, which means if anything wrong with the contracts, they are attacked by the hackers, or any other thing, unexpected things happen, you will lead to infinity loss, because you give infinity authorizations. So let's say if you give infinity authorizations to let's say Uniswap, and by somehow, which is not that kind of possible, by somehow Uniswap was hacked, and then I think if you are giving out infinity authorizations, all your funds in your wallet will be taken away by the hackers. This is why I think why hardware wallets is not 100% safe. Another one is because of the QR code scanning. Some of the because QR code scanning right now is quite normal, and some hardware wallets may require you to connect with some apps and use that app to scan those QR codes. But those QR codes would, if the QR code hide any harmful information, that may take your tokens away. So no matter hardware wallet or software wallet, it's they are same. So be careful when scanning QR code. And then the third one is the supply chain attack. It's not normal, but it may have a possibility because some hackers may track your orders when you are buying the hardware wallet, and then just they take it on the halfway, and then they install some harmful malwares into the hardware wallet and then send it to you again. But if you start using those hardware wallets, they can just take your money away as well. So buy those hardware wallets on their official channels only. Do not trust any other third party or unofficial resellers, because they may contain supply chain attack. And then next topic is, I'm gonna just give you some introducing on the best practice when you are using hardware wallets with DeFi contracts. Hardware wallets is not easier to use when interacting with DeFi contracts, but it doesn't mean it cannot be used when you want to try those DeFi contracts. First thing is that just be careful when you giving out authorizations. Do not give infinity authorizations. This is very important. If you ever use MetaMask or any other wallets, when you're connecting with contracts, any DeFi contracts, there will be a pop-up before you moving forward. So they will tell you which address you are approving your money to, and how much the money you allow those contracts to use in your from your wallet. So do not try not to give out the infinity authorizations. All right. So regular security check. Just simply check those the authorizations you give to the contractor by using those kind of tools. I recommend you DBank or Zapper or Zerion, etc., etc. Those kind of tools can help you to check what authorizations you already give to what kind of contracts. And then several suggestions here. Just regular check if your backup phrase is under control. Do not tell anybody your backup phrase, and then check if your backup phrase is stored offline. So do not put them on your flash drive or etc. Those things. Just only write them down, or use a backup phrase recap plate, which can be purchased on the internet. And then third one is check the way to keep your digital assets. How to keep your digital assets? Are you putting them in the centralized exchange, or you are putting them in a non-custodial wallet? And then check if you have isolated different wallets from different purpose, using hardware wallets to using the software wallets to interact with DeFi, and then the hardware wallets only to keep your tokens. And then regularly check the authorization of your wallets. Like I said, DBank, DAppStore, Etherscan, or Zapper, or Zerion. Those kind of tools would help a lot. And lastly, check your wallet or download from official channels. Some hardware wallets or software wallets, they usually have applications. Make sure you download them from official channels. And I think that's it. That's pretty much for me today. And I think that's time. Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask. And hello, any questions?
Questions. I know he's asking for questions, so in case some of you understood, what he was basically talking about is having a wallet, but a hardware wallet, where, for instance, if you have your tokens, any of the crypto tokens like maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, or anything, instead of having them in a centralized, wallet, you're having them in a decentralized, non-custodial wallet. But he's not even talking about software wallets. He's even talking more about the hardware wallets, like, some of the ones he was talking about. So if you have any questions, you could just quickly ask him around maybe what is it, the security, how... Bobby, I was thinking you would have shown one of the wallets so that people will be able to see the hardware wallet you're talking about.
Yeah, I think Ledger or Trezor or IMKey, I think we're going to give out a one free IMKey today for all the participants, for the one lucky participant today. You can take a look on the what the hardware wallet really looks like.
Yeah, so we even have one from IMKey here. Yeah, so we have one here that people can take a look at. Unfortunately, it's boxed, but this is a hardware wallet. If you open it, you'll see it looks like some kind of mini device that you can hold. It's just for security, so that no matter what, your keys or your mimic phrases are safe. That's what this device helps you to do. So, for instance, if you know you want to play big around crypto, it's advised that you have a hardware wallet. Except you are just joking. But if you want to play big and you know that you are going to have a lot of funds coming for you, then it's safer to have something like this.
Better for it's especially for those big amounts of tokens. If you own a lot of Bitcoin or Ethereum or other tokens, really recommend you guys to buy some hardware wallets.
So I've just been informed also that this is going to be given away. I don't know the conditions, but this is the grand prize for today, this hardware wallet, the IMKey Pro hardware wallet. So this is over $100. Right. I own one to myself. So it's over $100 of this, and this is in real high demand. So thank you, Bobby Wang. Question. Okay, there's question.
Thank you, guys.
Questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Nuruddin. My question goes thus. If I have a hardware wallet, do I need to have one hardware wallet for a particular token, or I need to have a hard wallet for several tokens that I'm going to have? Can one hardware wallet house all of my tokens that I have?
It really, thank you for your questions. It really depends on different hardware wallets. Because some hard wallets are multi-chain wallets, so it may support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all other tokens. So you only need one hardware wallet for all the tokens. But some hardware wallets, they may only support Bitcoin, which means you can only store your Bitcoin into that hardware wallet. And if you want to store any other coins like Ethereum or other tokens based on different protocols, you may need to purchase some other wallets. But right now, most of wallets in the market are multi-chain wallets. So basically, you just need only one wallet for all the tokens.
So let me add to that. So, like he said, they are multi-chain wallets. So, for instance, if
Yeah.
there's an EVM chain, it means it can hold ERC20 tokens. I know there are several of the ERC20 tokens. You know what that means, right? Good. So that's it. Yeah. Another question. 2 more questions, please. 2 more questions.
Okay, so based on what I understood from the lecture, the security potential of the hardware wallet is mostly on the fact that as far as it is offline, as far as the hardware wallet is offline, it's very secure. So my question is, you said when interacting with DeFi platforms that once you grant infinity access, let's say on Uniswap or something, that you are if something happens to Uniswap, then that means your crypto is at risk. My question is, what if, let's say, you grant infinity access on a DeFi platform, then your hardware wallet is offline? How do they still have access to your hardware wallet since it's offline already?
Brilliant question. Did you hear that? But it's
Yeah,
very simple
yeah,
answer.
I already heard that. Yeah, so like I said, there are many ways to connect your hardware wallets with different DeFi contracts. You mentioned Uniswap. So let's take Uniswap as example. They may ask some if you connect with your hardware wallets with your laptop, and then if you are trying to approve your tokens to Uniswap DeFi contract, and then it will pop up, and then will ask you to click confirm the physical button on your hardware wallets. So by clicking them, you are giving out your permissions. So that's how it works. And some other hardware wallets may connect with those DeFi via QR code connections. So let's say right now I can only see, let's say Keystone. It's another hardware wallet provider. So it's connect with MetaMask, and then if anytime the DeFi protocol requesting for approval, it will pop out. It will require asking the MetaMask, and then MetaMask will pop out a screen, a QR code, and then you use that as your Keystone hardware wallets to scan that QR code, and other information will be displayed on the screen of your hardware wallets, and then just simply click them click the confirmation on the screen, and then it will automatically sign the transactions. So basically, there are different ways to connect your hardware wallets with those DeFi protocols.
So
USB, USB cable, or Bluetooth, or QR code scanning. These are 3 most used way by by the hardware wallets provider right now.
So basically, in summary, right? Most of the time, when your hardware wallet is when you are giving that permission, some protocols require that you give it once. That's why once Uniswap or any other DeFi protocol is hacked, they can have access. The hacker can have access to it because you've already supplied that permissions originally. So even if it's offline, on chain, that permission has been granted. So that's why they can actually do that. So that's why he's saying that you should be able to remove that unlimited access that you should. So that's it. Last question before Bobby goes. Let's have it.
My name is Faith Roberts. So I want to ask, based on the usage of hardware wallets, when you want to share tokens, transfer tokens to someone who is not in the same location as you, we are using Bluetooth or USB cables. I know you have to be with the person. How do you do it for someone who is not in the same location with you?
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Okay, so when you're trying to transfer your tokens to any others, you don't have to require them to or really have another hardware wallets. So you just simply get the address of their wallet and then you just simply put the address when you're transferring, and then it will automatic and then just confirm the transaction, and then your token will be transferred to their account, no matter their wallet is hardware wallet or software wallet, or even though for those custodial wallets from centralized exchange. So you don't have to require anyone with the same location as you. So basically just get their address and then you will be able to transfer them any tokens they want. So hardware wallets is not the only so by using hardware wallets, it's just give you a more safe way to transfer the your tokens, but not stop you transferring tokens to any others.
All right, thank you so much, Bobby. I think please let's a huge round of applause for him. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. So we'll carry on next.
Thank you.
Stefan wants to come up. Okay. All right. So before we welcome the next speaker, we're going to be taking some questions. Not like taking. We want to ask you some questions. We have taken questions, and now we'd like to ask some questions, so we know you're actually following what you are doing. So she'll anchor that.
Who wants to tell me what the blockchain is? Who wants to tell me what the blockchain is? What is the blockchain?
In simple terms, a blockchain is a public ledger where different transactions are saved in different devices. it might help. I said a blockchain is a public ledger where transactions are saved, and it's saved on multiple devices. So when it's saved as a block and they are chained together, that's why it's called blockchain.
Thank you. My next question. How many types of wallets are there, and name them? I think, okay.
Well, there are two types of wallets, custodian and non-custodial wallets.
Thank you. So, I think that's it till our next segment of ask questions.
Okay, so if you're just joining, I'm going to do a short summary of what first speaker just talked about. He talked about the blockchain, that is a public ledger where transactions are recorded, like he rightly said. And he talked about blockchain wallet, that is the door to the blockchain. Without a blockchain wallet, you will not be able to carry out transactions in the blockchain. We have two types of blockchain wallets, the custodial and non-custodial wallets, which we have under the non-custodial wallet, the software and hardware wallet, and that is what he broke down. So our next speaker is a blockchain enthusiast. He loves blockchain education a lot. In fact, he's the pioneer of this program. He is the founder of Skumo. He's the founder of Skumo, and he talks a lot about decentralized finance, and that is what he will be teaching us today. Let's welcome Mr. Ifeanyi Mora.
Thank you. So I'm really glad that we're here in Colab, and like you mentioned, this is a movement that is budding out of Colab and is spreading as a Web3 movement, and our goal is to ensure that there's more and more participation of people in the Web3 space, in blockchain space, as content developers, software developers, blockchain developers, designers, writers, whatever skill you have. This is what we're trying to do here, right? So some of us here are hearing blockchain for the first time, and the last speaker has already defined what it is. Some of us here have traded cryptocurrencies, right? This is going to be very interactive, so I'll be doing more of asking questions than even doing any kind of talk. It's going to be as interactive as possible, right? So how many of us have, one token or the other, one cryptocurrency or the other? How many of you have ever heard about Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like Doge or Shiba? Or how many of you have you've done that? Good. How many of you have ever held? So there's head, now held. That's, you bought one. You bought. No. I want to go to hodl first. There's held before hodl. So because some people just buy a hold and then they have paper hands. They sell. So how many of you have bought cryptocurrencies before? Let me say, don't be shy. It's not evil. It's not hard. It's not criminal. Right? So how many of you have held crypto before? How many of you have? Good. All right. But how many of you have made money from cryptocurrencies, as in profited? Only one person in this place. 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Okay, good. So that's good. So, but what we're trying to do is beyond just people buying cryptocurrencies and all that. We want to explore what are the other opportunities, or what can we do in blockchain. So this is what we're doing here. So here we're going to have different strata, category of people. There are people who know about blockchain. There are people who have traded, and then we have people. So here I'll be talking about DeFi, decentralized finance. How many have heard that term before? Decentralized finance. Good, good. So who can tell me what decentralized finance is about? Yeah. I love that definition. Very good. So I love that definition. It's a very simple, non-technical definition. Think of your traditional finance system right now, like your bank, but in a decentralized way. And I'm going to explain it so that we get to understand. I'm going to explain what your traditional finance, traditional finance, you go, you save money, you borrow money, you buy, you stake, or let me not use stake because they don't use stake, but you deposit for long. What do you call that? Fixed deposits. You can, so in central finance it's called staking, right? You do all those things, but here the difference is that there is no central authority. Now in traditional finance, you go to a bank, whatever their name is, all the banks. You can go to one bank, open an account, and keep your money in that bank. Now it's centralized because if something happens to that bank, something has happened to your money. That's one. It means that you are at their mercy, right? 2, it means that you need to trust them. They tell you that this is your balance and you have no choice than to believe. But it's different in decentralized finance. In decentralized finance, you have, there's no need to trust. So there's a difference between distrust and trustlessness. So, because I hear this conversation a lot when it comes to that, why are we removing trust? We're not removing trust, we're only removing the need to trust. He told me his name is OT. He told me his name is OT. I have to believe him. When we asked ourselves, what's your name? And everybody believed everybody's name. So trust is something we do naturally. When it comes to money, we also do it naturally, but it's dangerous. Fraud and swindlers can set in. But it's something we do naturally. Is there a way I can know that he is OT without trusting him? That's what we talk about in blockchain. Is there a way I can verify he is OT without actually trusting what he told me? That's what the whole blockchain is. So we've been hearing words like token, and some people are looking at me. Somebody even came to me and said he's already finished sleeping because the words are too strong. So let's break it down to something that is very easy for us to understand. Now let's go with this. Why do we have tokens? Somebody was asking me one question. Why do we have all this Ethereum, Bitcoin? Why do we need to have decentralized finance? Traditional finance is working. It's because you are advanced, you know. But some people feel it's working for them. So why do we have a need for that? So I'm going to take it in a different angle so that we can understand, right? So the entire blockchain ecosystem runs on something called incentivized mechanics. In fact, all of commerce runs on, whether it's commerce, traditional commerce, or decentralized commerce, runs on incentivized mechanics. This is what I mean. When you go to fly, if you go to enter an airplane and you fly from here to maybe Lagos, you accumulate something called flight miles. Is it not true? How many of you have heard of that? Or maybe some people here have not. You know that, right? You accumulate flight miles. That's a reward given to you for what? Flying. It's a reward system. If you go to Skechers and you buy Skechers, they give you points. So you can accumulate so much points that one day when you walk into Skechers, you don't need to carry money. You know that, right? You don't need to carry money. You have so much points that you just go and pick the one you want and say, deduct it from my points. Is that not true? What are they doing? They are incentivizing, they are rewarding loyalty. You are loyal, you're a loyal customer, so they are rewarding you. You've heard of buy one, buy two, get one free. Everybody does it. This is something we all know. It's called incentives. We are rewarding loyalty. Now there's a problem with that. Who can already see the problem? Let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is if I go to Skechers and I have so much points to buy shoe, but I just need 10 more points to get a free shoe, and I don't have that 10 more points. I can't look at him now or look at her now and say, can you borrow me your 10 points? Let me add it to my points and I pick a shoe. The point is that I cannot transfer that rebate. So they are called rebate. Loyalty rewards are called rebates. They are non-transferable. They are non-redeemable. That's the first thing, is that you can't transfer it from one customer to another customer. So if I fly, if I like, let me fly and fly and fly and fly, and I have so much, and my friend here wants to fly, he said, please give me some of your flight miles, let me go and fly for free. I can't give him. So it's closed. So that's the first point. Second problem is that I have so much. I fly from here to Lagos. I'm not a frequent flyer. I fly maybe once or twice a year. But I have enough points. Couldn't I just convert those points and drink coffee in Mr. Biggs? So it is not redeemable. The first one is not transferable. The second one is not redeemable. I cannot redeem that asset that somebody gave me. So it is worthless outside their ecosystem. It's completely worthless. I can only use it within that ecosystem. So that's where tokens come in. You've used Uber, right? Some of us have used Uber and Bolt. Say there's Bolt in KG. So sometimes Bolt gives you this when you drive for a while as a customer, or what do you call them? The one that is driving, the one that enters. It's called the what? The person entering the car, or not the driver, it's called the passenger, right? So the passenger, I'm sure they do these promos where if you drive for if you use them for a long while, maybe if you hit 10,000 or maybe 1,000 kilometers, they give you extra 1 kilometer for free. They do all those things, right? Now, if they could tokenize it, so an Uber, for instance, could want more customers. And so I'm trying to get you from traditional, what we all know, to something on the blockchain. So this is what the blockchain can do. Uber could say, we are now introducing a new token called, for example, Uber token. Every 10,000 miles every passenger gets, once you ride 10,000 miles, or maybe let's use 1,000 miles, you will get one Uber token. And probably one Uber token is worth $10 at their. So it means that when you get that token, you can use that token and go out of their system and redeem it for value. Do you understand what that means? That's the meaning of tokenization. Tokenization means you are trying to digitalize a real world asset that can be exchanged for value, that can be transferred, or that can be redeemed. That's what a token is. Any digital asset that can be transferred, that can be redeemed. That's what we call a real world asset. So for instance, because they want more customers and they know that, and you could do it in anything, you're selling bread or you have something, you could say, okay, I'm going to tokenize the experience of what I provide, the utility I provide. So you say, I provide this utility. If I want to reward my customers, I'll say, okay, every time you purchase this total number of bread in a month, you have minted a new token. Do you get that? So do you understand what a token is now? But if they mint a token called Uber token, or maybe you have bread token, or whatever token you have called, I need to go somewhere and exchange that token, because that token is shitty, it's useless. I can't spend it anywhere. If you have, let's use a company that we created here. Let's say Faith, your name, right? So let's say she has Faith Bread. So she has Faith Bread token, right? FBT. That's the name of her coin. And that coin now, she says if you buy 20 in a day, she gives you one token. You buy that 20 in a day, you get the token. Okay, come on, use the token now anywhere now. Can you use it? So something needs to also happen. What's that? We need to create an exchange. Now, are we going somewhere now? We need to create an exchange where she can, or anybody, any of the customers can now exchange that token for value. Now, to create an exchange, we're going to use a decentralized exchange. So that's where DEXs come. A DEX is just a decentralized exchange where two assets are exchanged. What are the most popular assets that people like to hold in crypto? Everybody loves Bitcoin. Everybody, even enemies, haters. Bitcoin, which one again? Ethereum, which one? We should have, what of the stable coins? USDT, USDC, Doge. So let's pick these four. We know, so we'll look at what are the coins that people love to hold, that when you hold it, you are sure that you have some form of asset. BTC, ETH, maybe. No, not Shiba. BTC, ETH, USDC, and USDT. So these four. So what you are going to do now is that you are going to create what is called a liquidity pool. So that's another term. I don't want to make it too technical, so I'm using real world analogy so you can understand it. What you are doing with the liquidity pool is simple. You are creating a pool and asking people to come and provide pairs of that token. So let me give you an example of what a liquidity pool is. So I'm going to use a real world example. Let's think about this. Let's imagine that we have two states in Nigeria, Kaduna and probably Kano. In Kaduna and Kano, the only thing we eat here is potato. In Kano, the only thing they eat there is tomato. That's the only thing they eat there. So we eat potato, 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 we eat potato. We're born children, they eat potato, we eat potato. We're just eating potato, and then one day we start getting tired of eating potato. That's the same thing that is happening in Kano. They're eating tomato, and that's the only thing they eat there. Then one day they'll be like, is this how our life is going to be? We'll just be eating only potato. Then somebody comes up with an idea and says, is there a way we can do this? I will create a pool where I found a kind of market where you can bring your potato and collect tomato. Because you love tomato, because you have not seen tomato before. You can do so many things with it. You can do tomato juice, you can do fried tomato, so many kind of things with tomato. But you've not been doing it before. So now you want to exchange tomato for potato. And then you design something called an AMM. So another term again I've used. An automated market maker in a liquidity pool. Now what you're trying to do is that you are saying that the Kano people will bring 50,000 tomato. Kaduna people will bring 50,000 tomato, right? And when we multiply 50,000 by 50,000, we're going to get what? 2.5 billion. So, is that true? 50,000 by 50,000 to get to it. So, what in a liquidity pool, the formula that's X times Y is equals to K states that at every time the pool, the assets in the pool will always equal 2.5 billion, or it's always a constant. So this is what happens, but the other ones will vary. The value of the assets will vary. The exchange will vary. So let's say you had $1, each of them is worth $1. Then now this is what happens. You now come, somebody wants 10,000 tomato. What is it going to do? He brings his potato, 10,000, because one tomato is equal to one. So he's going to bring 10,000 what? Potato and drop it inside the pool. The pool now has how many potatoes? 60,000. And then he's going to take how many potatoes? How many tomatoes? But you discover because of that formula, the tomatoes he's going to take is, I don't want to go into the mathematics, it might just send us to sleep. The tomatoes we're going to take is about 8,900 or 9,000. To be less than 10,000. Do you know why? Who can tell me why? Thank you. He's already getting it. Thank you. Now, I don't want to go into the maths of that. You are diluting the potatoes, so the value of the potatoes is dropping. It's demand and supply. You are diluting the potatoes and reducing the value. So every one you take out of an asset increases the value. So we assume that you took it one by one. You took one, two, not at a time. So as you are taking it one by one, you are reducing the value of the potatoes you took. So that reduces the value. Meanwhile, did you get what I just said? So let me repeat it again. I said 2 states want to do exchange. 1 potato to 1 tomato, right? I don't want you to get dizzy, so just stay with me. 1 potato to 1. But we have decided that this is our market we are creating. We are creating our own market. In this market that we create, we are saying that at every single time, because of that formula that we have, when I exchange, as I'm bringing an asset, the asset I bring will go down in price. So it will not remain $1 anymore. The asset I take will increase in price. Have we agreed? Do we understand that now? Now, so imagine that each potato is $1 at the beginning, and each tomato is $1 at the beginning, right? When we keep going in to take the tomato, we are now increasing the price of the tomato. So tomato that started at $1 in that market has now started increasing its price and become, let's say, $1.20. Meanwhile, potato that started at $1 is now getting cheaper, maybe 80 cents. Thank you. Guess what? You know, it's a decentralized market. Who has seen an opportunity? You have? What's that? Thank you. Who said that? Thank you. Now look at it now. Everywhere, potato is $1 everywhere. But in your own market, potato has now become 80 cents, which is less than $1. That means you are going to attract people who don't care about potato or tomato, who care about profit, to go into your pool to harvest potato. But to do that, they need what? Tomato. They need to bring back tomatoes in, take that potato and go to another pool where potato is just $1 and make profits. This is how liquidity pools work. So back to your bread. When she now creates a pool, she creates a pair. So I went using she creates a pair. She creates a pair. So one pair of a popular coin that is universally accepted and one pair of her shitty coin that only her knows about. So the TBT, what's the name that you're talking again? FBT, thank you. This will like money. They remembered. So FBT token, she will create a pair with, let's say, USDT. Thank you. They even rhyme. FBT and USDT. So, and let's assume her FBT token is $1. So she keeps the pair. She'll keep a pair, usually maybe $1 million worth of that and $1 million. So she'll keep it inside the pool. Now, what she's doing, she's not really the one doing it. She's inviting people. Hey, come and create pairs. Because as people are doing it, you're making money from the what? Transaction. There's a transaction commission, 0.3%. So that's how people make money right now without actually selling tokens. They provide liquidity, and all the transactions that people they make money in a bearish market currently. So let's go back to her. She creates USDT, right? And what? FBT. She puts it in a token. So she's going to create USDT FBT. She'll go to another pool and organize that people create USDC and FBT. Remember that they are all $1, right? So people now start coming because she has created utility somewhere where people need her token, because she has also told people that if you use Naira to buy my bread, her bread sells for 100 Naira. But if you have my token, you can buy my bread for 8 Naira, the same bread. Who doesn't want that kind of? So people will now start rushing to buy her token. Because she has utility where she's telling people that, look, my bread is sweet, but I can also give it to you lesser price if you use my token to buy it and not just using fiat currency. So that creates a rush for people to come and start buying her token. That rush she's creating will dilute her token, because people are coming into one pool to drain the price of her token. So her token that starts at $1, it will start going down. It will start losing value. Do you understand? It will now become 80 cents. Then some other people who has seen that her token in this pool is 80 cents, but in the other pool is $1. They are not interested in her bread. They're interested in going to buy her token to come and sell in the other pool to make that 20 cents. So they can spend like $10,000, go and buy that her token, come out of it, go to that pool and flood it inside there to make their money. This is what DeFi is about. Did you get it now? So what I just explained starts with utility. Create something that is useful, something that you know people already use normally. Second thing is, how can I incentivize people? And that's what the blockchain does. Because you can create money out of thin air. You now use that to incentivize people with liquidity pools, with yield farming and mining. You can do all these things so that more people, and then you now discover that you have a secondary user, people who are not coming to buy bread, more of people who are coming to trade her token. That's what you now find. You find a lot of people coming in, buying that token, going to this other, looking for where they'll see arbitrage opportunities and buy. This is where DeFi stems out of. There is a primary use case, which is sales of bread. But later, the secondary use case can take over and become, people don't even know that she sells bread. It's just they sell token on the blockchain, and this is the price of this token here, and this is the price of this token here. I can make, then they come and buy that. Do you get why tokens exist? So this is one of the major reasons why a lot of people created tokens. They want to be able to incentivize people to have a lot. And any one of you can create a token like this. It's now easy. The ERC20s are so easy to create. But the problem is that there are about 18,000 tokens on the blockchain, these several chains. The problem is that more than 80% of them are useless. Because there's no utility. Every token, every coin must have some form of utility that keeps it running. So the day her bread business dies off, the first users who come there because of bread to buy it wears off. So that pool will drain or die. The day Uber stops working, as if Uber has their own coin, that primary utility dies off. So utility is there. This is why it is good to understand that if you see a coin that has no utility, it's only pumpamental. So what do they call it again? Pump and dump. They won't last. I know I'm online. Things like Dodge. Dodge it. Maybe anyone else will hear me, I don't know, but things like Shiba. Shift it. Things like Wakanda. Waka. The point is this. So what we're trying to say is be able to understand these things to the point where you can read. The first thing you are looking for in any token is utility. Who is behind it? So before even who are the people behind it, find out what's the project about? What do they solve? So one day I was saying this and then somebody asked me, okay, so Bitcoin has been around since eternity and is working. What is it solving? What is the utility? And it's the number one token, the number one net currency. What's the utility? Does Bitcoin have utility? Does it? Good. What's it? Yeah, all of you are correct. Which payment? So, in a way, all of you are correct. So let me break it one more. He started with blockchain. Bitcoin is not just a currency; it's a technology. It's a technology with a future. So people put their funds in it. So people don't think it's not just a currency; it's a technology. It's not like a dollar note or a naira note that is just paper. This is a technology that revolutionized decentralization. So people bet on it. It's that bet that is the utility. One. It's also a store of value. Just like gold. The fact that you can buy gold and the prices can go up. So people believe that the way Bitcoin is designed, and it's going to always have its total, it's going to be 21 million. That in itself presents some kind of store of value that people believe that it's a technology that a lot of people will use. It will have great adoption. And by the time it becomes massively adopted, whatever you have now would have grown. That speculation is what drives it. But because you just can't speculate anything. So that's the second thing. And then because you can also use it as a peer-to-peer payment, like you said. Because today, people use that to make payments. You can pay for something that, you understand, right? Let me give you an example. Abubakar, the last time we had the MMA, how many of you were there? Abubakar Khalil. Good. You know what he said? He said something. He said he has never had a bank account in his life, but he trades like every one of us. As in, he goes out to the supermarket to buy stuff, right? He goes out to market and buys stuff and does what he needs to do. So that is it. So, but he uses Bitcoin to do that. So that's another value. So that's just basically it. So what I tried to do was to break down what DeFi is, show you what tokens is. I mentioned liquidity pools. So when you see liquidity pools, the technical is out of it. AMMs. I didn't want to go too much into the details, but I'm sure you understand that. Is it clear? Questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ifeanyi. I believe right now we all understand the whole concept of DeFi. I was sitting there and I was smiling all through the class because he told a story with DeFi. He started with telling us about why tokens are created. He went on to tell us how tokens get their value, how the value can be exchanged with what we already know, and all of that. It was a well-detailed class. So if you have any questions, do you have any questions? Okay. Wait.
Mr. Ifeanyi, while you were talking, you said meme coins. they do not have utility. Is that really so? Don't they?
Yeah.
The underlying benefits that you are getting from using a particular product.
So, let me give you an example. What's the underlying benefit you think a lot of Dogecoin holders or meme coin holders are getting?
Value. There is, if you know Otto Age, the founder of BitMEsh, there is this particular theory he said everything comes about by consensus, by people agreeing to use a particular thing for a particular stuff. He said the reason why meme coins are popular is because people, community, agrees that we are going to accept this thing as a means of payment, store of value, or whatever you think Bitcoin is doing. So they also believe whatever you think Bitcoin is doing, they believe it is doing it. So they gave meme coins the utility.
So this is what I said earlier. I said how long is it going to last. I didn't say right now people are not jumping on it. I like the way you define it. You say utility is something that gives you satisfaction. And I've asked you, what is the satisfaction that you think somebody who went to Binance and bought Dogecoin is getting that is different from him buying any other coin? What he's getting is pump. What he believes is that this coin will go up to so amount. It's just speculation. Like everything, even stocks. If you buy shares in a company, you are speculating. So it's fine. That's about it. But if you say utility outside that, I don't know.
It is debatable, actually.
Yeah.
About this meme coin. Elon Musk is one of the people behind this Dogecoin. So, you know, Elon Musk is the owner of Tesla. There was one tweet he tweeted, was it last year, that they are going to accept Dogecoin. So that was one of the reasons why Dogecoin started having this significance and people started accepting it.
Exactly. So it's influence. Someone who has an influencer will just say something about it and people jump on it because believing that. So that's not native or intrinsic utility. It's somebody outside trying to pump it up, and then he makes a lot of money and he dump it up on that. But Bitcoin is different because for Bitcoin there's utility. I just give you an example of someone we all know here who goes out and he uses Bitcoin as if without a bank. You can't. Binance card is only used in the US. And that's one. Two, Binance, again, when we're talking about Binance card, that's centralization. A whole lot of centralization. But it's only used in the US. You can't use Binance card here. On ramping. To use Dodge here. And then it becomes Naira. Anyway, okay. Maybe I need to learn that. That's good. I'll check that out. Any other question? Yeah.
You said something in terms of utility of some of these systems that sustains these coins. So I know a little bit about some systems. So I want to make reference to Binance. So I don't know if Binance has a coin. I don't know.
Coin.
Okay, so what you are trying to say is for a system like Binance, they offer utility. They help people trade different kinds of coins. So in a way, if you are getting a Binance token, that means in the nearest future you are sure that because there is utility of their system, which makes the coin.
Yes, Binance has utility.
Okay.
It does have utility because Binance has a chain, their own chain, called the Binance Smart Chain. And that token is the native token of that chain. With that chain.
Okay. Okay, so just something to wrap it up. So let's say for a chain that
Is there like even in that, there's still risk. So what is the best bet on utility? Like what kind of utility is the best bet? I don't know if I'm phrasing my question correctly. Like, is there somebody that can answer that for me? Okay, so he said that utility is the best, for a coin that has utility, that would be the best bet to make money, yes. So I wanted to know, in regards utility, is there a certain kind of
Let's say, for example, I want to invest in Colab. Now, the first thing I should check if I want to invest in Colab is, are people really coming in Colab? Okay. What are the recommendations I'm getting from Colab? Now, will Colab last for a very long time? Now, these are the things you check. Now, he said something about the use case. Now, let's say I'm investing my money in a coin like Solano. Now, Solano has a blockchain, right? They have their own chain. So for Solano to continue to trade, people would have to go there, go to the exchange, buy Solano, and anytime you buy Solano, there are gas fees that are deducted from there. So the trading volume is always high. So you investing your money there, you know that they are not running anytime soon. But imagine me investing my money on a token that is being traded with just 1K USDT. No publicity, no use case scenario. You know that you're investing wrongly. Tomorrow the coin can just rock pull. You end up seeing it in the exchange and there's no value in it. So he was trying to tell us that we should invest more. Before you invest in any coin, you have to do your research, your dials. Yeah. You need to know what you're investing your money on. Now, if a coin has a use case scenario again, the coin can dip, let's say, for 5 years, but you're so sure that one day he's going to pick up again because people are buying it every day. I hope that answers your question, Sha.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to speak about the utility of, say, Ethereum. Okay. Ethereum powers Web3. All the NFTs, like most of the things happening on Web3 are currently done on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's like a clear use case. So are you using Ethereum, like you are powering the ecosystem?
Thank you.
Yeah, in terms of use case, I must say I really learned a lot here in terms of what's the value of a coin. And I actually got into the system very new, and what he said about use case, it really, really struck me a lot. And I'm making reference to what I'm actually trying to drive at is a chain that I actually got into some weeks ago that actually offers a lot of use cases, and which he has said has helped me see that there is a possible future in that chain actually, because when he said so, I had to go back to some of the features of the chain. They just launched some days back. So they also have a CEX, DeFi, and they can also perform some other. There are so many other products that they're actually bringing out. So from what you just said, if a coin has a form of utility, a form of exchange, what it can be doing for a long time, that means that coin has a potential to really, grow. Yeah.
So we'll be switching to Timidan now. Hi, Timmy. We can't hear you. Are you speaking?
Sorry? Yeah, I am now. Good afternoon.
I think your volume is low. Can you increase your volume?
No, that's weird. It's like on the highest, sorry. Like on the like 100%. Sorry. I don't know if it's the mic or something, but yeah, the volume is actually at its highest.
Sorry, Timmy. Is there a way you can still increase your volume? We can't really hear you so well.
Oh, it's the volume is at okay, just give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, now can you hear me better now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Sorry. So good afternoon. Sorry for the sorry for the time delay and stuff. I didn't know I couldn't unmute myself, so I was trying to unmute and yeah, just saw the stuff. So yeah, I'm Timidan and currently a smart contract dev at Avigochi, and yes, you pronounced it right. It's Avigochi. So currently I work on writing smart contracts for the Avigochi ecosystem, where we deal with NFTs and a little bit of DeFi and on-chain game infrastructure. So yeah, I think that's all there is to know about me. And yeah, I also work at Web3 Bridge, where we actually train developers to become blockchain developers for free. So yeah, I'll be talking about the Web3 stack. Like when you talk about Web3, especially I think this is mainly for developers, right? Like as a developer and you hear about Web3, like what should you expect? I mean, I know there are a lot of developers in the meeting. We have guys that work on like say their website developers. We have people do DevOps. We have people build applications for perhaps iOS or Android and stuff. So when you talk about things like that, you there's like a stack divide, right? When you see people called front-end developers, right? You see people called the back-end developers. You see people called the DevOps engineers, and so on and so forth. So when you talk about Web3, there is also this division of stack to like you have people doing different things, right? So I know during the last talks, people have been talking about tokens, have been talking about utility and stuff, and so on and so forth. But have you cared to think about the underlying infrastructure of what actually allows these things to be actually possible? I mean, everybody talked about Shiba Inu, everybody talked about Dogecoin, everybody talked about Bitcoin and stuff. But there's this underlying infrastructure, there's this core architecture that allows you to basically just deploy a smart contract, which is a token, and allow you to send those tokens out to different addresses, right? So I'll start by saying this. The underlying architecture of everything we see in Web3 space, especially when we talk about the backend infrastructure, is the blockchain. And I think they've already explained what the blockchain is. It's like a blockchain is like a network, it's just that it is decentralized in such a way that each copy of the network is on each node, and these nodes are not few, they are merged. So let's assume we have 10,000 nodes, and each node contains the same amount of data. You can actually get this amount of data from one node, and you can confirm that the same data exists on another node through synchronizing. So basically that's what the blockchain is. And you might ask that how is it possible that you can actually create tokens from something like this? Well, I'll be starting from the first stack, the lowest stack, should I say the most difficult one, which is the protocol engineering. That's the first stack we'll be talking about. So basically you see, I mean, if you're active on Twitter, right? Let's say, for example, I'll be using Ethereum as a use case because I mean a lot of development is going on there and it's very open as opposed to other blockchains. So now you might see some people talking about the merge. The merge is like Ethereum 2.0, right? I mean, Ethereum currently uses the proof of work consensus mechanism, but Ethereum is planning to shift to the proof of stake mechanism where you don't have to have miners getting the solution for a particular block before they can actually mine it. Proof of stake allows you to, of course, stake your coins and yeah, you become one of the block validators. And you get slashed if you act wrongly or something like that, or if your block validator goes offline for a certain amount of time, then you lose some of your stake. So now the people that are in charge of this transition, I'm talking about it technically now, the people that will make sure that the transition goes smoothly, that the people that will update the clients, the people that will write the code, the people that will test the code and stuff, these people are called the protocol engineers. They are the ones that are actually in charge of the blockchain infrastructure itself. Like they are the ones that make sure it works. I mean, there was an issue last year about clients. And so far, if you don't know what clients are like applications. You know, for example, everybody here uses WhatsApp, right? I mean, I use WhatsApp, so I mean, everybody here uses WhatsApp. So when you use WhatsApp, right, it's and you want to send messages to someone you know, perhaps on your contact list, you have to open your WhatsApp application and navigate to the person's number, then type in your message, right, and send it. So in this case, WhatsApp is your client that allows you to connect to the WhatsApp server to actually interact with it. So basically, a client, when you talk about blockchain, is a type of application that allows you to interact with the blockchain. You understand? I mean, in Ethereum, we have like a lot, more than 10 of them. So these clients were, the clients had a bug, right? Like there was a bug in the code and it almost caused a hard fork. But the people that were able to jump on this, people were able to quickly fix it, were called, I still the people we're talking about, the protocol engineers. Immediately they found out that, okay, some clients were acting differently from the others, right? And they knew this could lead to a hard fork. In case you don't know, let me just explain what an hard fork is, right? So you know there's a blockchain is a network, and people, like we have a lot of nodes on the blockchain that agree on the next state of the chain. So if, for example, we have 10 nodes, and out of those 10 nodes, 6 of them agree that, okay, this happened, and then 4 of them agree that no, this didn't happen. The 6 nodes are going to win over the 4 nodes because, of course, 6 is greater than 4. I mean, it's normal. So, I mean, some people would call it a 51% attack on blockchain, but that is exactly what can cause a hard fork. The network is going to split into 2. You get the network, the canonical chain, that is the chain that has the most amount of nodes, that is the one that has the 6 nodes, is going to continue, and the one that has the 4 nodes is going to split. You know, this has happened on Ethereum before, when there was an hack called the DAO hack, when there was a bug in the smart contracts and an hacker, let me call him a bad hacker because not all hackers are bad, was able to get a lot of money. I mean, I think more than 20,000 Ethereum, you know how much that is today. And the community came together and we're like, oh, we can't actually allow this, right? Because it is an hack. So they can't actually allow this to happen again. So they actually came together to vote. And while voting, they said, okay, we have to fork Ethereum. I think that was the first hard fork for Ethereum. And they forked Ethereum. So the new fork, on the new fork, right, the ETH that guy stole was useless. Sure, you understand? But on the other fork, it wasn't. It's just like you split into 2. So the other fork is what you guys know today as Ethereum Classic. I know you must have seen that coin before. Maybe when you go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, you must have seen something like Ethereum Classic, and they'll tell you Ethereum Classic is a fork of Ethereum, just like we have Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin SV, and so on and so forth. So now, these protocol engineers are the ones that are in charge of looking at, they are the ones that look after the network. Let me just use that in English. Like, they are the core guys, and they are very, very intelligent. I mean, it's it's not ideal to have someone that doesn't like have experience with computer architecture or stay core networking services, core networking architecture, to actually come and start working as a protocol engineer. The problem is that if there's a problem, like if there's an anomaly, if there's an anomaly in the blockchain and you want people to look into it, then the guy won't be able to do anything because it requires speed. I mean, imagine a developer that only knows how to write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is a web developer coming to coming to look after the blockchain network that runs on Golang, Rust, and so others. I mean, the guy will absolutely have no idea on what to do. So that is like the lowest, or should I say the thickest, or should I say the most difficult stack in Web3, the protocol engineers. I mean, if you guys, sorry, how many of you guys use Polygon? Just to confirm, like how many of you use Polygon very well for transactions and stuff? Are there? Oh, okay. We have a lot of people using Polygon. So if correct me if I'm wrong, Polygon was down for like almost 10 hours. That was approximately yesterday, right? Yes. Now, Polygon had an issue with the appendamate implementation, which allowed blocks to not be finalized on time. So for 10 hours, you could not make any transactions on Polygon. Like it was down. It was shut down, like off. It was off. So during the space of this 10 hours, the people that looked at the network, that made changes to it to make sure that it continued, like to make sure it starts running as fast as possible, were the protocol engineers. Protocol engineers are very skilled in system architecture and networking because they need to balance load and they need to write code that works. So you guys understand. So now just at the protocol engineers, that's just like the lowest stack in the blockchain. So to become a protocol engineer, you need to have some years of experience working like on system architecture itself, working on networking, and of course knowing some languages like Golang and Rust, and I think C++ too. There are some blockchains that are actually built with C++. So yeah, you need to be very versatile in those kind of languages. So yeah, so not waste time going on, we have the Web3, let me call them the Web3 DApp developers, the decentralized application developers. Now, basically, these guys are the people that build the decentralized applications you use. Applications like Uniswap, applications like SushiSwap, applications like Aave, applications like Balancer, applications like Compound, and PancakeSwap, and so on and so forth. I'm talking about both the front end and the smart contracts now. So I know people must be like, okay, what is a smart contract? So now let me start with this. I know a lot of us have been interacting with tokens. They call them ERC20 tokens, at least for now. There are a lot of tokens. We have NFTs too, which are tokens. Those ones are called the ERC721 or the ERC1155 tokens. Now, these tokens are not just tokens. There's a type of rule, or should I say a type of set of rules and regulations that govern them to make them a token. For example, USDT. Sorry, how many of us have interacted with USDT here? I don't want to know, maybe on maybe on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, or Polygon, or Avalanche, I don't know. But how many of us have used USDT? Like you have, exactly. Now, do you know that the company in charge of USDT can actually freeze your funds and not allow you to transfer it from your wallet? Do you know that? I'm sure you don't. Exactly, you don't. So now, in the smart contract for the USDT token, there is a function called the blacklist function. Now, this function is used by the creators of USDT, that is the people that wrote the smart contract, to actually blacklist an address from sending out any tokens it has. This has been used when, I think 2 years ago, someone was able to hack an exchange and get some USDT tokens out of that exchange, but he was unable to like sell it because it was blacklisted. Now it's funny, right? You would say everybody thinks blockchain is decentralization, and decentralization means you should be able to do whatever you want to do without anybody coming to hold you down. But yeah, no, it isn't that decentralized in this case. I mean, the people in charge of USDT can blacklist your token and not allow you to transfer it. That's centralization, not decentralization. But moving on from the topic, what actually allows USDT to actually exist is the rules and regulation that have been written into the smart contract. For example, the blacklist function. Everything you do with your token is a function. Every activity you make. For example, if you are transferring your token from one account to another or from one address to another, you are just basically calling a function on the smart contract. If you are staking it, you are calling a function on the smart contract. So everything boils down to a smart contract. All these tokens you are seeing, all these NFTs you are seeing, all these all these dApps you are seeing, they all use smart contracts. For example, NFTs. I know most of us must have not like had a very good experience with NFTs. I mean, personally, I don't have a good experience with NFTs. It's normal. So NFTs are just smart contracts itself. They're just contracts. But you might be wondering that if they are just code, how do they get the images to show on them? I mean, you check an NFT and you see an image on it, right? I mean, that's what makes an NFT an NFT. That image. So basically, this is what happens. The image is not on the blockchain. You understand? The image is stored somewhere else. It might be stored on a server, it might be stored on a Google Drive, anywhere. But what the contract does is that it stores the location of the image. You know, it's like you deploy a smart contract, and this smart contract does not have the image itself. It does not store the image, but it stores where the image is stored. You understand? Like, let's assume the image is stored on your Google Drive. I know a lot of people use Google Drive there. So you know when you store files on Google Drive, you always have a link that you can actually share with people, and when people get that link, you can actually access the image or the file, provided you have given them access. So this link is what you store on the smart contract. Do you understand? And when people, when websites, for example, OpenSea is a marketplace where you can trade your NFTs. When OpenSea sees this type of NFTs, they look into the contract and get this link that you stored. Then they look up the link and get the image and then display the image to you. That is how your NFTs work. Or should I say that is how most of your NFTs work. So if anybody were to go to your Google Drive and change the image there, then you wouldn't see the image anymore. Yes, that is still not decentralization. That is still centralization, if you ask me. It means anybody can literally change the image on your NFT. Exactly. That's you might be thinking whenever you buy an NFT, you are now the owner. I'm sorry to actually bust your bubble, but no. It depends on how the smart contract was actually coded. Nowadays, people are now storing images on the blockchain. For example, where I work in Navigochi, we store images on the blockchain. Sorry, how many of you are familiar with SVG? You have heard of the image type before, SVG. I know a lot of graphic designers use SVG. You know, we have JPEGs, we have PNGs and stuff, but there's also SVG. Now, SVG is a type of image format, but for SVGs, they can also be text. You understand? Like, your images can also be text. So when you check the text, you see the image. So that is what we do at Navigochi. We actually store the text on the blockchain. So when it is time for you to check your NFT, you generate it from the text that is on the blockchain. So the fact that the text is on the blockchain means anybody can't just go there to actually change it. You understand? Unlike your normal NFTs. Sorry, how many people know about Bored Apes? You know, you have heard of it. You have heard of Bored Apes. You have not heard? Wow. So Bored Apes is a type of NFT. I think they started minting them early last year, and each one cost at least 100 ETH now. Yes, 100 ETH. That's approximately $400,000 for an NFT. Exactly. That's the board apes. It's just like CryptoPunks and stuff. So yeah, that is it. And about smart contract developers. Smart contract developers, like me, are the people that actually write these codes, this smart contract code. It is mainly written in a language called Solidity. So when you write your smart contract in Solidity, you deploy.
Okay, I think there's a network glitch. Um, while we are still trying to sort that out, I know a lot of us are bored already. Like, this particular session of the class is so very, very, very technical. So I'm going to check my notes and try to recap some of the things you have said already. Okay. So during the class, he talked about clients. He talked about clients, and the way he explained it, he said that it's a software that connects other clients in a peer-to-peer manner, just like we have WhatsApp, where you can go and chat with other people. So blockchain has something called clients. I know in the normal sense, when you talk about clients, you're thinking of customers, people that that reach out to you because they want your services, design jobs, products, design jobs, software development jobs, and all of that. But in the blockchain, clients are softwares. Then he also talked about blockchain forking. You know, when he talked about the Ethereum blockchain and how someone hacked the chain and took out a particular number of Ethereum, and then some protocol engineers had to come together, reach a vote, and decide to make the Ethereum that the person collected useless. So that is just what forking a blockchain is. So it is what happens when a blockchain diverges into two potential paths forward. Now, Ethereum is just Ethereum. It's used for... Okay, it's online now. Okay. So Ethereum is a blockchain, and after the hacking, they had to divide it into two different pathways. Like, okay, this one is useful, and this one is useless, and that is what rendered the other blockchain and the other Ethereum that the person stole useless. So we're going to take questions now. If you have questions that you want to ask the speaker, let's hear from you. So we can take the questions and then we'll move on to the next and final speaker for the event. Okay.
My question is about NFT. I don't know why is NFT, why does it have this so much importance? As in, like he said, that one NFT costs about 3,000 ETH. So I want to know why an image will cost that much.
All right, thank you very much. So to me, it's asking, why is there so much hype around NFTs? Why is there so much hype around NFTs?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, the main reason why there is so much hype around NFTs is the same thing why I think someone was asking then that someone was actually saying that Dogecoin has utility, and so he was trying to say that the utility was like created by the holders or the followers of Elon Musk. Well, NFTs follow the same pattern. when people saw that a lot of celebrities were buying these NFTs, they also jumped into it to buy it, which increased the value. So basically, everything is just I. Trust me. Like, I mean, basically, you must have looked at the pictures on these NFTs, like for example, the Bored Apes NFTs, and see that they don't really make any sense. They literally don't make any sense. It's just a picture of a cartoon of an ape or a monkey. I don't know, and people sell them for $1 million, $2 million approximately. So the hype is funny because the people generating it are the ones making the money. You understand? There is really no use case among them. I mean, all they do is create a Discord server. They create a Discord server. They try and give people their clothes. Like, okay, you own this NFT. So there is really no use case. It's just hype. So, and the hype is caused by the people that want to make money off it. You understand? So, and the thing is, NFTs have a lot of use cases. Trust me, they are very good. They have been able to empower artists and stuff. But there will always be people that will use it for useless things. So yes, that's the reason why there is a lot of useless hype around it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So in summary, NFTs are popular because of community and scarcity. Let's take another question.
Okay, first I will speak on the NFT. I learned that NFTs, some physical properties can be tied to NFTs and then sold. Thereby, the NFT serves as a form of, let's say it's tied to the physical property on the blockchain. So once those address of the NFT is sent to you, it's updated on the blockchain. Since the blockchain stores information, I thought that was also a use case of the NFT. And he said something about smart contract when he made mention of USDT and on the smart contract that they can actually blacklist you from using your assets. So how do you identify that clause on a smart contract? Because I have an image of a smart contract here, so I'm just wondering, so that probably if I want to get a coin, I can have a view of the smart contract and know what I can do on it and what are the restrictions.
Right. Simi, I hope you got the question.
Yes. Yes, I had a question. So sorry, you can hear me, right? Okay. So
yes, we can hear you.
now when you look at a token, for example, USDT, right? Okay, USDT is a very good example. And you look on Etherscan. So Etherscan is a service that is a block explorer that allows you to see the transactions on the blockchain, the tokens on the blockchain and stuff. So immediately you search for USDT on Etherscan, right? I just wish could it be projected or something? Like, I don't know. I would have loved to share my screen, but I'm on mobile. So I don't know. Just go to etherscan.io. I'm on mobile,
Okay,
so
okay.
I wouldn't.
Oh, sorry.
I'm on, let me see.
No
I
worry,
would
just
have loved
continue.
to.
We can project now.
Okay. So when you check USDT, for example, on Etherscan and you check the smart contract, you look at the list of functions in that smart contract, provided you understand the basics of the Solidity programming language, right? You would see the function there, function blacklist. I think they even named it blacklist. Like, immediately you see that function, you already know what it does. I mean, everybody knows what blacklist means, right? So immediately you see a function named blacklist, you already know that, oh, this is a function that blacklists an address from transferring tokens. So you understand, and it has a type of access control that is, I think only the owners, that is the people that deploy the contract, can actually blacklist an address. So that is how you identify contracts. And also about the first one you talked about, the use case, the reward use case. Sorry for taking your time. Yes, that is a very good use case of NFTs. You can tokenize properties as NFTs, and then when immediately you sell those properties, you sell those NFTs too. Those NFTs are like the proof of ownership. You understand? For example, in Uniswap, there's something called socks. Like, it's just a pair of socks, and I think they cost more than $300,000. And immediately you bond those socks, like on the blockchain, immediately you send those tokens to an address, you get socks in the reward. Like socks. Who would buy socks for $300,000? So yeah, that's it.
so I hope your question has been answered. So in summary, NFTs actually have a use case, but then there are some persons that still come into the space just for their own personal reasons of making profit, and that is where community hype and scarcity comes in. So we'll take one more question, and then that'll be it. Yeah, I skipped.
Okay, so during his talk, he talked about proof of work and proof of stake consensus mechanism. So he said proof of work, like the miners get rewarded. So my question is, in proof of stake, does it mean that there are no miners in proof of stake consensus mechanism?
All right, so Simi, over
Okay.
to you.
Yeah, so now in every scenario, right? In every scenario, in both proof of work and proof of stake, the people that actually partake in this network activities always get rewarded. It's just that they are called another name. For example, in proof of work, you call them miners, right? And these miners have a set of devices, like very high devices, like graphical processing units that actually process a lot of data. They solve a problem. That is what proof of work is, right? And these miners get rewarded by something called the block reward free. For example, in Ethereum, like currently in Ethereum, the block reward is approximately, I think, 3 ETH per block. So any miner that is actually able to solve a block, to mine a block, gets 3 ETH as a reward. Now, same goes for proof of stake. They are not called miners, but they are called block validators. The reason they are not called miners is because they do not do any work. They just stake their tokens. So you understand? Now, the people that stake their tokens still get rewards. It's just like you going to a normal staking platform to stake your tokens. It's because when you stake, you know you are going to get more of that token at a particular rate, right? Maybe 3% or 4% per month. It's not a problem. That's why you stake. So in proof of stake, people stake their tokens to actually gain more tokens and actually help secure the network. You understand? They might be called different names, block validators, miners, I don't know. In different blockchains, they're called different names, but they will always get a reward. You understand? So that's the reason why. Yes, so actually about the blacklist, sorry, I think I've been able to see the question, the contract. And maybe let me see. Okay, sorry, can you guys see my screen now?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, 1 second. Okay, I think you should be able to see it now. I'm using my phone, so it might be.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Look. Okay, look, this is the USDT token on Etherscan. You can see this is the USDT token, right? And as you can see here, we have the function add the blacklist here. You can see it, right? Add the blacklist.
Yes.
Exactly. The address, evil user is the address of the person you want to blacklist. And immediately this function is called, this evil user will not be able to transfer USDT tokens out of his account. That's just it. Won't waste your time, so I'll stop sharing.
USDT contract.
Thank you.
Yes, that's what it is.
You said? That is the smart contract, yes.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You said? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Smart contract, right? You're referring to USDT
Yes.
smart contract, the functions, the remove user, that's the blacklist function you just showcased now, right?
Yeah, yes.
All
yes,
right.
that's the function, yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so very much, Timmy. Thank you for exposing us to a lot of things. I believe we've learned a lot from this particular session. So due to the lack of time, we'll not be doing our usual throwing questions to the audience. I know some people are smiling already. So we're going to bring up
I want to ask a question. What is a smart contract?
She no grill. What is a smart contract? That's our question. He said the contract must be smart. Okay, does someone actually want to give us an answer? Like an answer, not that the contract must be smart. Okay.
Smart contract is a contract that can act without any interference. It doesn't need any of the parties agreeing to a contract to be present before the contract terms can be implemented.
Yeah, that's a very good answer. So yes. So this is a program that has been written already, and all the terms, the conditions, they are stipulated. So you can just go on and act on its own. You don't have to be there. You don't have to click a button and all of that. So our next speaker is going to talk about the metaverse. I'm sure we have been hearing about the metaverse a lot. There's so much hype around it. Even Facebook went to change their name from Facebook to Meta. So, yeah, so this is something that we need to know, we need to understand it, and we need to know how we can leverage this metaverse and start earning from it, very importantly. And the person that will be speaking to us is Web3 community oriented. He loves community a lot. He loves the Web3 space. He's a smart contract developer. He talks a lot about NFTs, and he's very interested in Web3 education. Our speaker is Mr. Dave. I'm sure he's already getting prepared. He's plugging in his devices to come and hit us with a word from the metaverse. Let's give a round of applause as we welcome Dave. Okay, so while he's getting ready, while he's preparing, I'd like to ask one more question. So someone asked this question, and I'm going to throw it back to us. What's the name of the person that gets rewarded in a proof of stake consensus? We know that in proof of work, the miners do the work and they get rewarded. So in proof of stake, who gets rewarded and how? Okay, block validator. Who answered? Okay, you. And how? What gives them the reward? Like, how are they rewarded?
They stake their money or their Ethereum, and so they get back block rewards in Ethereum.
Okay. So block validators who are contributing to the pool get rewarded for staking, and the reward comes majorly from the transaction fees that people use in that particular pool. All right, I believe you're ready for us.
GM, everyone. GM. Okay, that's kind of a vibe we use them in the Web3 ecosystem to like, okay, what's up, my guy? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, do you understand? So when I meet this guy, how far, my guy? How far now? So in the Web3 ecosystem, we just say GM. So when I say GM, we say GM. GM, all right, so I'm Dave, a smart contract developer, and like she said, very Web3 community oriented. That means I love to see people learn, understand the key concepts of Web3, blockchain, and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to waste much of your time because we've had a lot of speakers trying to break down lots of stuff. The first guy talked about non-custodial wallets and the future of money, trying to like make us understand how we can securely safeguard our assets, our digital assets. That's what I mean. And he actually, gave us what we actually need to know. The second speaker, that's Don Mora, talked about DeFi 101, what DeFi is all about, decentralized finance. And the third speaker, the guy that just spoke before I'm just coming on stage, Timidan, talked about the Web3 stack. That was kind of more technical. A lot of us were lost at some point. I was seeing people like, oh my God, didn't you get a talk, like stuff like that. But let's break it down, like, right? Some stuff have come up. Like a lot of things have come up, and most of us are kind of like lost. And we try to use this medium, Web3 community, like blockheader Web3 community, to like break down into simple, understandable bits these complex terminologies, right? And one of those things we're talking about is the metaverse, right? How many of us have heard about the metaverse? Yeah, to a point that I think the term metaverse became so popular because the company, Facebook, rebranded to Meta. And a lot of people were like wondering, what's this thing all about? Like, man, for these guys to actually change their names from Facebook. We've known Facebook from 2017, 2007, sorry, to last year when they changed their name to Meta. A lot of people, that was the buzzword. A lot of people were like, oh, let's try to like decipher this. Let's break this thing down. So I'm here to like demystify the concept called the metaverse. So what is the metaverse? I want to make this as interactive as possible. So if you have an idea, like throw it in, we'll all go through it together. So anybody here that have an idea of the metaverse? Yeah, I want to hear. Yeah, sure. Please give him the microphone. Yeah, sure.
That's the metaverse is a virtual space where people can interact out of the real world.
That's a very good one. Yeah, that's the typical definition of the term metaverse. So we've seen the transition of the web 1.0. What was Web 1.0? People try to like read from the internet. You go to an interface, we call it then websites. Go there, read tests. And people were like, wow, could read tests, and we're kind of enthused about the whole, we're wowed, we're overwhelmed with a lot of information. You can actually, somebody in China could like write something and put it up. Somebody in Nigeria will see it and like, wow, this is interesting. How can I tap into this? So that was Web 1.0, and people were overwhelmed with that technology, and that was all Web 1.0 was all about. It was a read technology. You can actually read content from the internet. Then the advent of Facebook, Twitter brought about Web 2.0, where people could like actually create content, right? You can actually not just read, manipulate content on the internet. So that was a Huawei experience where like, oh my God, I'll be in the comfort of my room from my smartphone, I'll type something, I'll do some selfie. Somebody in China, in Singapore, in the US is kind of seeing this content, and that was awesome. Then the world is not satisfied with the status quo. We always want to research, how can we do things better? Trying to create content in more engaging way. Like you being in the system, like not just a 2D interface. You, the user creating the content, should be in that ecosystem. That was what brought about the metaverse, right? So the metaverse is the concept of persistent online 3D space that combines different virtual spaces. Wow, so what is virtual space? All right, so something that has to do with where you are not now. It combines technologies of AR and VR and blockchain technology to give you that unique, immersive experience, right? So the metaverse technologies, like I just said, virtual reality, that refers to computer modeling and simulation, enables a person to interact with an official 3D visual or other sensory environment, right? So something you're trying to like enter another world that is not really this real world, something kind of like not really the real world. You're trying to like enter another world. That is what virtual reality is all about. Then augmented reality, a system that incorporates three basic features, like we are here now, but an enhancement of our current realm, like something that gives us an enhanced feel of this present, where this this is Colab space and something that actually enhances this experience for us to interact with the virtual world in more engaging way. We are in that environment, right? So that's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. But I'm not going to dive into that because for this talk, it's just blockchain, and I would like to dive into the blockchain space because, man, I love blockchain. So, so a fusion of these three technologies, AR, VR, AR, and blockchain, is what I will be talking about. So why blockchain in the metaverse, like, right? We all know that a lot of people do not trust centralized entities. That is why blockchain was actually conceptualized, right? What is decentralization? Something that is not really controlled by a central authority, something that is kind of like controlled by network participants, right? So that's the concept of decentralization. So binding that to metaverse, a permissionless access to the metaverse, which is not controlled by a single entity, but by network participants and consensus, right? So there's usually a consensus reached by network participants to adopt a particular proposal that becomes a rule. In most cases, DAO, decentralized. Trying to like dive into blockchain metaverse. So we're talking about ownership, right? So we know that blockchain has so far proven itself to be a technology that provides immutable proof of asset ownership, right? So if Mr. A owns number one asset, he needs to sign through cryptographic proof that he owns that asset, right? So that's the whole concept of wallet. And the first guy that talked about wallets and no custodial wallets tried to like throw more light on that. So blockchain technology so far has proven itself as a very efficient technology to really verify ownership. So we rely on the battle-tested cryptographic guarantees of blockchain to securely establish verifiable ownership of digital assets on this new realm. So remember, I was taking you on a journey, like the whole realm, a virtual realm, and you're trying to integrate blockchain to make sure that digital assets are really owned by Mr. A, and he proves it cryptographically that he owns it, all right? Are we all following? So there'll be room for questions anyways. So the economy and incentives. Digital assets, so far, I own some token. This token before launch, had no value. But through blockchain, Web3 and all that, network effect, zero becomes valuable. Some years ago, they launched their ICO and some people gathered a lot of Ethereum, right? So then it was valueless, but now Ethereum is something valuable. One it costs, I think, a little less than $3,000, right? So Metaverse leverages on this technology to make sure that ecosystem participants are kind of incentivized. Then value transfer is kind of seamless and easy for people to try like transfer assets from one party to another. Then applications of, let's talk about the use cases of blockchain metaverse. One of them is virtual tourism. A lot of us kind of don't really know about Decentraland, but Decentraland have been the key pioneers of the metaverse movement back then in 2017 when they launched. They were talking about something about virtual lands and stuff like that. You can actually create 3D assets, put it up for sale, and sell it. Then it was selling for $20. But now, one piece of land in the metaverse costs a fortune to acquire. So people go to the metaverse to what do they do? Kind of explore. I'll be taking us through some shots about I screenshotted. So virtual tourism, we could take a tour to the metaverse, see a lot of things, see people who are also there to like interact with them, socialize with them. So this is the central land. The central land is a forerunner of Web3, metaverse, yeah, the whole concept. And this is a screenshot. This is me. I'm a black man in a black skin in the real world, but in the virtual world, I'm putting on something. I'm a white man, right? I'm putting on a fox, how will I put it? Head mask or something, right? So I'm trying to like simulate something else. I'm comfortable being a black man in the real realm, but in the metaverse realm, where I want to explore, I want to become a fox. That is the essence of the metaverse. So I actually acquired that gear, that headgear. MetaMask did their 25 million users anniversary, and all users who participated in that event on the metaverse actually got that NFT. That's a wearable, like, right? It's for me forever and ever. It's for me. Actually, when I go to metaverse, this is me. I just enjoy myself and stuff like that. So I actually took a screenshot of myself in the Central Land metaverse ecosystem. So not quite from the Central Land, you have MakerDAO. You know MakerDAO. A lot of us know DAI stable coin, right? They have their headquarters in the metaverse. Like, yeah, so I actually went there more selfie, enjoyed myself. This is Polygon. Polygon is a very promising scaling, layer 2 scaling solution, and they have their headquarters in the metaverse, in the Central Land metaverse. And no more, I go there, go flex. So that is me. So then another application of the metaverse is gaming, right? We all play PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Have you ever been incentivized, like, for playing PS? Have you, PlayStation, hey, Mr. A, thank you for your time. So and so time, you spent so and so time, so many and so hours. Let's reward you with some USD dollars. Have you ever gotten that? But that's possible in the metaverse, right? I don't do anything, I just go to the metaverse and play games. So I'll take you through the central games, play to earn stuff. A glimpse of the whole concept of the Central Games. The Central Games is a prominent P2A gaming platform. Like, you actually play to earn, right? So you play poker, ice poker. There are a lot of games you play there. So when you play this game in real time, actually are rewarded with real ICE tokens, and these tokens are kind of liquid. When I mean something liquid, I have gold. When I go to Kaswa, all those guys will be calling me Oga Alpha, and I know buy your gold, that kind of stuff, right? So that's a liquid asset. At this point, you said what? Thank you, thank you. That's a very good description of a liquid asset. So if I have diesel or petrol at this point, Omo, I go turn palliative. So that's a typical example of a liquid asset, like something people are actually ready to buy, like acquire it and give you the monetary value in real time. So this game, go to the metaverse, acquire the ice wearables, and it affords you the opportunity to delegate others. Probably, I don't know how to play poker, but I have somebody playing poker for me. Every day I just wake up, I'm on the guy they play, and I'm getting money. That is a real instance of P2E on the metaverse, right? So this affords you the opportunity, if you own the NFT, you have people play for you, delegate them, and they play in real time. You have time questions, right? I know a lot of people have raising their hands and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. So this is proof, right? If you check here, yeah, so, right, so the price of one NFT wearables, one now is about 2 ETH. 2 ETH, just check 2 ETH. I don't know the current price because I'm just talking. I've not checked price all day. So around that amount. 2 ether, yeah, 2 units of ether. Please, okay. So when you actually, I don't know how to play poker. I have somebody, I think he's from Hungary. Yeah, I don't know him. There's a platform for us around Alpha. As in, a lot of people are actually DMing me. Okay, I want to play. You will delegate them, just connect their wallet address, and they are playing for you in the metaverse. And in real time, this is what this guy earned. So N312 ICE tokens, and that is real money. So on the percentage of 60-40, the player gets 60 and I get 40 as the ICE owner wearable, NFT wearable owner. So that is just it. So that's how it works. This is a platform that enables people to play and earn at the same time. I'm just not going to go into details. If you want to go into details, go to the central.games to find out about the earning mechanism. Well, like I said, right? I actually gave a description of the central games and a very huge force currently in the blockchain metaverse ecosystem. You guys can check that out. Details on the central.games to find out details about the central games. So there's another play-to-earn platform called the Sandbox. particular game is backed by prominent platforms in Web3. You can actually see Maker. Maker is the Web3 startup company behind DAI. We all know DAI stablecoin. I think they were actually the first movers since 2017, and they've really backed this platform. Or for them to be backing this P2E platforms, the sandbox, you should know that this is a very promising game. So you actually go there, create your, you actually create, that's what we call a voxel model. You can actually see that was like kind of, how will I put it, the structure of the avatar, like the representation of a representation of a game player's character per time, right? That's like a box model and all that. They call it voxel. So it uses three features. First of all, the voxel editor, you can actually, it's just like a drag and drop. Just go there, create this particular character, then allow this character to play using the game maker feature. Then you can actually, when this character acquires some skills and some stats, you can actually put it up for sale in their native marketplace, right? And their token, Sand, you can actually check that up on Binance. I think it's trading, around 3. I'm not a speculator. I'm not going to talk about that, but this is something you actually benefit from if you have this knowledge, doing that and earning passive income and stuff like that. So that is Sand. So we're going to talk about another use case. Remember, I'm trying to take us on a journey. First of all, social connection, where people can actually interact in the metaverse. Like that headgear wearable I acquired. MetaMask just announced, hey, we hit 25 million user mark. Let's celebrate. Well, we're celebrating on the metaverse. Anybody that comes there acquires that headgear. That's kind of an authentication that they actually participated in that event on the metaverse. Am I making sense? Then you can go on a virtual tour, check out places on the metaverse. MakerDAO have their HQ acquired for, it's expensive to acquire one piece of plot of land on the metaverse, not physical, and go and read me, blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's very expensive. Yeah. So now we're talking about marketplaces. Another use case, right? Samsung. Well, how many of us own Samsung phones here? You own a Samsung phone? Yeah. So Samsung is trying to like tap into this market. We're not going to be left behind. This is the new money. Let's tap into it and make the most of it. So Samsung just recently launched their Samsung 837X platform, a metaverse platform that allows users to create, collect Samsung NFT badges and wearables. Samsung can actually have a Samsung watch on the metaverse. So these are possibilities that these known companies are actually trying to like tap into in the metaverse. Then the Centerland, like I actually mentioned, is kind of a big marketplace. They actually, I think they're the first movers of, I'm going to give them that credit of, yeah, coining that word metaverse. And yeah, it was then, nobody knew. I was confused when I actually got to interact with the Central Land in 2017. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Like the team was bigger than me. I'm not going to lie. It was last year I was trying to like relate because of the relatable products they built. I will try to like appreciate the whole concept. Then, my sister and Juju be that. I ran away. So like yeah. So yeah, those wearables and those NFTs can be sold on marketplaces on the Central Land and then the Sandbox. Then, sorry guys, trying to. Then digital jobs. People from the comfort of their home, not be Yahoo Yahoo. Do you understand? Very legitimate money. You have this skill, Axie Infinity, right? Affords you the opportunity to play and earn in real time. Like I actually showed Quest in the last slide, right? In the previous slide. Essential game. Can you play poker? Anybody here can play poker? You can earn real time, like right? A lot of people are actually looking to delegate their NFT to people who can play this game and earn real rewards in real time. So this is kind of an opportunity for people who have skills to utilize their skills to earn real money, real tokens that can be exchanged for USDT, can be liquidated, and yeah, sure. So that creates opportunity for people with skills in this ecosystem. Then the current challenges, right? So if you noticed, I actually showcased, because of time, I actually have a lot of things to, but I actually tried to, like, when I was there, try to, like, cut it short because of time. All these metaverse platforms I showcased, they are all in isolation. What do I mean? The Central Land is a metaverse platform that is just enclosed, is isolated, right? It does not interact with the sandbox metaverse ecosystem. So these metaverse platforms, they are all isolated. There's no interoperability between them, right? So this is a challenge, right? I'm trying to go from down up. So that's a very big challenge. Until we get that interoperability feature, such that you can actually from one metaverse platform, how like teleport to another, teleport to another metaverse platform. Until then, I think it's all in isolation, right? So proponents of a particular metaverse platform will say, oh, I'm a maximalist, I'm a Decentraland metaverse maximalist. As such, the sandbox metaverse is rubbish. So that kind of thing, that is what we are having right now. So we're trying to, like, until we have a unified stuff where you can actually teleport from yourself from one metaverse platform to another metaverse platform. Until then, it's an issue facing the blockchain metaverse ecosystem. Then poor UX, right? It's kind of hard trying to read data from MetaMask, connecting and all that. Like, those are kind of, the US is not really seamless, Then the third one, the high onboarding cost. For you to play the central games, you must own some tokens. Like, I think the last mint, 8,000, I think they've increased it to 25,000 ICE tokens, which is almost 2 million naira. Who has 2 million naira to play a game? I bet, who get them? So these are challenges bedeviling the blockchain metaverse ecosystem, and until that is resolved, it's still an issue. However, it's a very promising stuff, offers lots of opportunities. And we're looking at next career opportunities. How do I tap into? A lot of people have been like, all this one we talk, I beg, how do I take tap into? I beg, I need cash. So yes, you can. Our Unity 3 game developer, you are hot cake in this ecosystem because you're going to be utilizing your skills to develop stuff for platforms to run on. We have 3D animation artists, the designers, content creators, and the list is enormous. So how do I actively participate? I will advise every one of us, these platforms have their website and their Discord servers. Just, if you feel you have something to offer, just go to their website, enter their Discord, be active, showcase your skills, show them proof of what you've done in the past. And it's so easy, Web3 is so easy. You get job. I'm not joking, The company I work for, there was nothing special. I was just active, I was a volunteer and all that, so that was that. I had a call and that was it, I had it, it's just like that. So if you have the skills, if you fit into any of these categories and more, right, go to their Discord, join, be active, showcase your talents, and sure, we're gonna make it. Wag me. We are all gonna make it. Say wag me. We are all gonna make it. Say wag me. We are all gonna make it. Thank you guys. I will take questions. I hope you enjoyed the talk.
Thank you so much. Those your land in the metaverse. If you give us one, we will take over. Okay, so do you have questions for him? Do you have questions? Okay.
presentation. I would say I really enjoyed your presentation. So I have a very simple question. This blockchain thing is a very interesting niche, and there's a lot to benefit from it, I must say. Opportunities, job-wise, and others. And then if you look at our environments, Africa, especially Nigeria here, we have some problems that are related to financials. I'll give you an example. So yesterday, GTB sent me an email telling me that I can't spend more than $20 for international transactions. Sorry, can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay, so I said by thanking you for your wonderful presentation. Okay, so I have a question regarding our environment. So yesterday, GTB sent me an email telling me that I can't spend more than $20 on my international transaction. That's including POS and all of that. Okay, and now this is an issue. Me, I don't have a problem. I know how to go around it. I would spend more than that if I want to. But now looking at the average Nigeria, because blockchain will solve that problem. It's already doing that. How do we get the average Nigerian who wants to spend more, who wants to do more, to tap into this wonderful world?
All right, thank you.
So if I get you clearly, so you are limited by your bank, right? In this case, GT Bank, they sent you an email that you can't spend above this particular limit, right? So blockchain solves that. Like it's a permissionless system. You don't have to stop people. Like if you have that particular asset, I have 100 million United States worth of USDT in my wallet, right? There's no limitation. I can actually spend that, right? So if the platform where you are going to spend that amount of USDT accepts USDT, there's no limitation. Just connect your wallet and send to them that USDT, right? So, but however, we all know that try to like on-ramp into crypto. How do we do that? A lot of solutions are coming up. We're actually building a solution. At this point, I will not want to disclose details, but this is something, we actually face that challenge, right? And we're actually building a solution to address that issue. You use our product, you'll be a better tester. Yeah, you can wait. Sure. I think that address that. We'll have an open exhibition for people to test and stuff like that. Give us your feedback. We are working actively to release that product. Thank you.
It's low. Okay. I think in regards to what he's saying is if you want to make an international transaction with your Naira card, there is a limit. So regardless of what you are trying to do, your bank will always restrict you. So you can't use Nigerian Naira above that amount.
Okay, there's a way we go about that. We're trying to like create virtual cards, right? Anyways, you'll be live. We'll actually invite, we'll have an exhibition. We'll have testers come in. Yeah, there are ways to go about that. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
But just to add to what he's saying is this, right? One of the ways to create adoption, you're asking for mainstream adoption. How do you get more people to be able to, it's what we're doing now. Education. You can. So more people coming. A lot of people here have understood something here, right? You've learned. So the more informed you are, the better you will be. And that's how we build systems. That's how we build society, through education. So this is one of the reasons why we are going to get more people involved. As we build these things, more people will come. And then someone today is going to build a solution that will on-ramp more people in. Another person is going to write about this technology so that more people know about it. And that's just partly that. That solves it.
Thank you. I hope that
Any
addresses
more questions?
your question. All right, no problem. Sure, you will. We'll notify everyone. I hope you recorded your email address and stuff. We're going to reach out to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you.
my question will be directed to Mr. Ifeanyi.
Sure,
Please,
sure.
Cryptocurrencies, they do airdrops. So if one participates in those airdrops and you are lucky to get it, I want to know, is there a prospect, or because I have participated in some airdrops and I got them, but some few have been able to scale to the exchange that they have been listed, though their prices are very small for now. But I want to know, these airdrops, are they really, I don't know how to put this, are they really useful as such?
I'm trying to understand the question.
Okay, now,
But,
Mr. Dave here, there's one airdrop I participated, Novaland. I think it's something, it's something like a metaverse something, but up to now it has not gotten to exchange.
So I can airdrop shit. So it's exactly what I was saying earlier, that anybody can airdrop anything. You can drop all manner of stuff, but what that thing, the value of that thing that was a drop for you is that it has people coming to get it. And trust me, it has utility. If it has people coming for it, people will list it. The reason why these things are not listed is because the person listing it, he doesn't want to list something that will make his platform not. If it has value, people will list it. There are millions of coins that are not on Binance because it won't get there. Do you understand? It won't get there. You can create your own token. Like Timmy said, there are smart contracts you can use, create an ERC token. So anybody right now, all of us can create tokens. So that's not the problem. The problem is the utility. Are people going to use it? If people are going to use it, there's this airdrop where I participated in, and the owner was deciding he didn't want some people to list itself. People were rushing to list it. He didn't even want some people because people are coming for it. So Binance will list if they know that, because are they not going to make money? They will make money, but if nobody is coming to list it and is a, what do you call this? I don't want to use this shitty coin. Okay, I've used it. Shitty coin. No, but they won't list it. So that's just it. So utility, back to utility, is what will make that thing. But what we do most of the time is that people want to create a token before they create you create a solution, then you start looking for a problem to solve.
Okay, that was deep. So before we...
Just to throw more light on that, if you're an airdrop hunter, I will advise, create a separate wallet, right? Call it airdrop. Do you understand? So a lot of people have been trapped into trying to swap their like Bobby mentioned, if you are in that session, he mentioned that we will have token approval. So there's kind of what they do, maliciously coded contract. What they do, like, right? When they drop that token, what they actually want is like a social engineering attack, right? Get you to supply your wallet address. Then they drop you that malicious token, right? In their contract, what they do, they have a DApp. They want that swap to fail because they want you to go to Pancake Swap. They'll give you 1 billion Colab coin in quotes, right? Or Shiba. No, Colab. Like right? Not Colab coin. Well, even sorry, Colab. So let's say something like Banawa coin. Yes, Banawa coin. They give you 1 billion units of Banawa coin. And what happens? Anybody can actually code 1 billion units of any coin, right? It's a social engineering attack. They send you that stuff, you own it in your wallet, you see it, oh more, I get 1 billion, I don't hammer. That is phase one. You're not done yet. You are just trying to like fulfill their malicious intent, right? So when they send you that token, as soon as you see in your wallet, You go and swap, you're going to go for package swap. You want to swap, you want liquidate, you want hammer, you want buy Venza. Relax. You are part of the process. You want to scam me first of all, you don't know how far. So that is it, right? So when you have that token, you're going to swap, it will fail. There's no liquidity. The contract has been coded in such a way that as soon as you go there to swap, it fails. Then it throws an error message on the block explorer. You are savvy enough to go to the block explorer, in this case, BSC scan, to check why is this failing. You want to try again and again. It will keep failing. And it throws an error message on the block explorer. Go to so and so DApp. Go to banawa.scam DApp in quote. Not, I'm just trying to, for instance, right? So when you go to that banawa.scam DApp, what happens? You want to claim, there's a button, a red shining button, more claim, you don't hammer, right? You tried in Pancake Swap, it fails. Now it's my final bus stop. I want to claim, I want to make my USDT, I want to buy my Venza, supposed Venza in quote. What happens? Something happens as soon as you click that claim button. This has been the trend as observed by security experts. And we'll try as much as possible to use this platform to educate people so that they will know about this airdrop. You see a claim button on that app. You go to that website, that malicious website. So when you click that claim button, two things happen. Token approval, like Bobby was saying, those are token approval and social access, you're authorizing a malicious contract to spend your tokens. So what happens? That claim button is supposedly to you, you mean you're trying to claim those USDT. A lie. You want to first get your own first before you actually claim. So what happens? You click it. Under the hood, there's a transfer function that runs. If you have any valuable token, in this case USDT or BUSD, right? To first of all drain your own first, and you'll be left with nothing. But we don't want that to be your case. That is why we want to, as much as possible, advise if you're going to be doing airdrops and all that. I'm not a big fan of airdrops, but you can verify the authenticity of an airdrop issuing platform. You can actually apply for airdrops, but with a separate wallet where you don't have your main assets, right? You have some 5,000 USDT and you're using your main wallet for airdrops. You're at risk. Such attacks are real, and you are kind of the target. They're trying to use this social engineering attack to drain and part you with your hard-earned money. So if you're going for airdrops, try as much as possible to make sure you don't use your main assets your main wallet for airdrops. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So before we take our final question, security has been an issue in the blockchain space. I know we've heard that it is secure and stuff. It is very secure on a different level. But then because a lot of persons don't have the education that they need to actually be in this space, it is easy to fall prey to people who you think are professionals and who are professional scammers. So I think maybe in our next meetup we'll be talking about researching projects and how to actually know projects that you are supposed to even give attention to and those that you're not supposed to. We also talk about these things on Twitter. Twitter is the main place where the block header community is online, Twitter and Discord. Our Twitter handle is block header web3, just the way it is on our t-shirt. So you can go now to your Twitter and follow us. If you are not following us already, we'll be dropping nuggets about how to keep your wallet secure, researching projects, and blockchain education entirely. So I think you should do it now. If you're not following us, please can you open your phone and follow us on Twitter? Because if you leave here, you might forget, and that means you might lose out on the information we'll be dropping on our profile. Yeah. Yeah, the summary to this program will also be updated as a tweet. So in case you were not writing and you want to get all the information that we dropped here today, please follow us on Twitter, block header web3, just the way it is written on the t-shirt. So final question, one more question, and then we'll close. Someone was, okay.
My question is to you, sorry. I'm wondering, like, let's say for example, I pay a developer $50,000 to build a game for me on the central land. So people are coming to play and shit like that. How do I, the game owner, from that?
Like we said, smart contracts, they are self-executing logic. So you are the owner of the idea, right? You can actually incorporate that logic into the smart contract, right? So as they play, certain percentages of probably they're going to charge USDT to play that game should accrue you, the owner of that contract. So you're the owner, you're assigning the task to a smart contract developer. So yes, so as soon as they are paying some tokens, probably 5 USDT, some fraction of that USDT by logic in the smart contract should get to you, the smart contract owner. So that's how you make money from that. Yeah, sure.
So many ways.
Yeah.
The lines are, it could be that you had the initial assets that people need to acquire. That's one. It could also be that there are NFTs that grant you access to play and people need to buy that. That's two. There could be interest bearing. So as people are selling their NFTs, you have so just like you mentioned there are different ways you could do that. So many ways. Yeah.
Sorry, I actually wanted to add to what he said regarding the head.
A normal PC, you notice that the effect is rubbish. Like you'll be hanging, but for you to actually enjoy the game experience and stuff and all that, like a real life effect and all that, you should use a PC with high GPU specification, right? So that's that. Then trying to access the metaverse itself, there's a link. Most of these platforms, like in this case, the Central Games, when you go to their website, there's a link to access the metaverse. When you go there, you make sure you have MetaMask installed on your browser. So it teleports you to their metaverse. It loads the realm, according to what they call it, yeah. So you are in that realm. So your character is kind of a depiction of you. You can actually be a black man here. You want to be a white man or a cat, anything you want to be. You select it and you are there and you're just, yeah. Yeah, sure. No, you don't wear any goggles as far as you have, what's it called? Like I said, your PC specification, like, yeah, the graphics card specification and all that.
Though,
yeah.
there are
And strong internet, yeah.
There are actually some metaverse that requires you to wear virtual reality
headgears, yeah.
There are some, but a number of them don't require that. If you have a very good, like you said, very good GPU accelerated graphic device, you can access that. What the metaverse is just looking for is your digital representation of you. We already have it now. So you see people on Twitter. I know somebody on Twitter that is very vocal, and I know him in real life. He doesn't talk. And this is mostly how we are. Our digital selves are different from our real selves. You hear, and let me tell you where it happens a lot. If you have ever been on Clubhouse, Oh, Jesus. You will see people who are very, very toxic. You see a lot of people on Clubhouse, they are or on Twitter, they are different from in reality. They can pass you, they don't say anything, but let them jam you on Twitter. So digital projections are deep into that. They try a place in Banana Island which everybody in that community validates that they own that place. So let me give you an example. A typical example is that there are some people here, maybe they have 300,000 followers. They are, as in that community, people who follow them believe that they are big. Whatever they say is fine now because it gives them that authority. You understand? So it's a digital self-validation. When you go to the metaverse, the person has a house in one place, maybe Madison Garden Square or something. Everybody in that chain, in that metaverse, knows that person is there. It gives him some sense of. Do you understand? That's what the metaverse is in reality. That is it. Or is it not true?
Question. Okay, we're going to take the last question.
Last question. So people should have a consensus. Consensus on the last question. Let's use blockchain terminologies. Consensus.
This question is related to your metaverse.
So you get metaverse? I don't know.
You said like if you are playing game. You also said that metaverse is like a virtual, it's also like social media where you can interact. And there's this, like, for example, like YouTube, you can make money through videos. Can you do the same in metaverse? Ayana.
Was that a question?
That was a question. He wanted to,
He started by saying that in the metaverse you can play games to earn money. That's the first thing he said. You said in the metaverse you can play games to earn money. Then the last thing you say, can you make money in metaverse? Or can you use YouTube videos to make money? You can do anything on the metaverse to make money.
I think we'll have to put it this way, right? Look for prominent metaverse projects. There are good ones, there are bad ones, right?
There are more bad ones than good
there are
ones.
more bad ones. So the whole thing boils down to personal research, right? We got to where we are because of personal research. I took blockchain very seriously. 2016, 2017, when I heard about it, I dived into it. That was what really brought me into web development, right? So you should, on your own, do your own research. When you're convinced that, okay, this is the right step to take to get the so-called promises that this, a lot of people say a lot of stuff. So people go and photocopy other people's proposals and present it to you, and they're going to get you this and all that. So it still boils down to personal research. Do your findings, make sure you're fully convinced. If you have to, consult your financial consultant, seek counsel on how to, before you devote your money to, and look for public reviews on people who have played and have gotten promising results from playing such games. So a lot of scams will always exist. Because we have original, that means we also have fake platforms. So always do your research. Okay, for you to start your journey to getting to understanding these things, I'll propose Binance Academy. Prominent and read. Make sure you're full. Away from that, try to enter the community, see whether the communications are organic, right? So that's kind of a pointer to where this so-called project is going and all that. So the bottom line is your research, be actively involved in communities and all that. So you get a lot of first-hand information about the blueprint of this so-called metaverse projects and where they are going and how you can participate and in a very positive way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So it's time to give out our prizes. And we're doing it in a decentralized way. We can't have consensus here. Because these two people are the nodes. These are the nodes that are deciding. So they are the ones who came up with the... So thank you guys. It's really has been... How many of you really enjoyed the... So we look forward to doing this over and over. And then the next time, what we're going to do next is we're going to have, be in the Discord channel, we're going to have something called Better with Blockchain. So you saw what we did with DeFi, right? So we are going to that one is going to be a round table. We'll all sit around. And then we'll pick a project and let's start building. How can this thing be better with blockchain? Will it
of cola. and skills we have, which in turn will change our lives. And I swear, when you think about how ideas come up, and then how people think about what if we just bring these ideas together, share it with people, and then hopefully something. But when Ifeanyi always talks about this whole Web3 blockchain, DeFi, I'll start off hearing that. It being inside his head to block headers is real now. And think about that with all the ideas you have in your head. You get me? Think about that, all the ideas you have in your head. And if you're humble enough to bring out that idea and share it with people, you've started. You know, Colab is an idea. It was in one guy's head and he brought it out. And there's that humility in approaching people every day and asking them what their problem is, what their ambition is, and listening to them. And it's that vision that has brought me here, meeting some guy at a barbering salon, and today I'm here, and from that barbering salon I'm here directing operations at Colab. I've met this guy, I've met a bunch of, the same barbering salon I met him too, yeah. I swear I've met really good people. That guy, you see that guy over there, bought me 2 books. I don't even know how the hell he did that, man. I see you too. We've talked on the phone several times and we've hardly met each other too. But it's community, right? And that's the humility. That's what takes little things to big things. And that's what we are doing here. And that's what he's trying to do. That's what Grey Hub is trying to do. Kada High is trying to do. And that in that whole thing, we bring our differences together and we try to push our society so we can be a tech community and be better than Lagos. Come on. You know, so I'm humbled to be a part of this, and I beg you guys to be humble in your thoughts too. And I swear, I promise you, there's light at the end of that tunnel. Even if it's generator that is pushing that light, it is. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for everything. Yeah.
This guy has punchlines. So I want to appreciate, just before we really appreciate each and every of us, I mean, I feel so joyed as a community, seeing each and every one of us learning, and we'll grow together. I see each and every one of us, I mean, trying to do things. Some people came all the way, like from eFix. Ima, thank you for being here, being a part of the community. eFix is one of the, major hubs we have in this city. And I see the other Imatu there. A lot of us are, trying to do things. I see, what's his name again? He's been talking about, we've been in this blockchain thing, we are talking about it, and it's really cool. So, thank you.
Okay, first off, we already have 2 gifts that everybody got. One is a refreshment. Okay, there are actually 3. One is the refreshment, one is the education, and the third one is the POAP for attending this event. So as long as you registered your name, you're going to get a proof of attendance NFT to be sent to your mail very soon. Okay, then the gift today is solely based on participation in the event. So if you have been talking and you've been interacting, you've been asking questions, you've been answering questions, then there's a gift for you. So we're going to start with the person with the most correct answer in this event. He answered very nice questions in a very awesome manner, and he's getting an IM token collectible. So, round of applause, everybody.
We'll take pictures later with all the prize winners.
And in the spirit of International Women's Day, all the ladies here are going to get t-shirts.
Okay, sorry, I think, okay, sorry, I think my partner missed what I was trying to say. We're supposed to start from the person with the most correct answer and then we'll go up, but she has gone up already.
Sorry.
So we're going to start there and then we'll come to the person with the most correct answer. So he got a hardware wallet, and that is because he has been the most interactive person in this event. Yeah, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. Once again, I am Sebastian David. I am a freelance email marketer and email developer. I develop email templates.
Okay, thank you very much, and yeah, congratulations. So the second person that has been very, very interactive is, yeah, you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael. I'm a front-end developer. I do a lot of React. Thank you.
Okay, so he's getting an IM key Jota and a collectible.
They show them the type of data. Not organic data. Can you open it? If you see the jota.
Okay, the next person that is getting our gifts. Yes, you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nuruddin. I want to thank Blockheader Web3 for the gift. And I want to thank the Blockheader Web3 for the gift. And thank you, everyone.
Okay, congratulations, sir. So he also got an IM key jotter and a collectible. So the next person is getting just the jotter. Hello, sir.
Thank you. I am Lawal Abubakar. Pablo knows me as utility.
Okay, so back to the person that you were supposed to give the gift in the first time. Yes, she owes him an apology.
I'm very sorry. So the person that answered a lot of questions and was able to also give us a lot of insight in some things that we weren't also sure of is getting this IM key collectible. So.
Okay, so congratulations.
So there was one more person that really contributed a lot to this event. He gave us so much insight, especially when we asked him what is liquidity. So we are going to give him this shirt. He said it's potato and tomato. And that was the best answer we found today. So couldn't argue with that. Okay.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Ode Adikwe. I'm looking for where to buy potato and tomatoes.
Okay, somebody has a question.
Please, blockheader. Una know they appreciate punctuality. Like, we welcome early, have fun.
Did you ask them what they are giving to us hosts? There is no, the world is unfair. So.
Mr. Dave has sponsored some T-shirts. Because you spoke up, I think you're going to get a shirt. I'm still thinking, so don't be too excited. I can change my mind and give it to the person that is smiling the most.
And there are some people that are still not smiling.
Somebody is still not smiling. Like, why are you not smiling? Can't you smile and win a T-shirt? Okay, this is for you. Is it two? Yeah, so he was one of the first persons that came to the event. If you came later, you'd see him sitting here. And he was not alone. He also came with him. So congratulations to the two of you. So the rest of the shirts will be going to the ladies in the house. Yeah, so you are free to change your gender. It's very acceptable. Yes. Change it. So, yeah, let's start with you. She's female. Yes, that's the reason. And then she also interacted during the class. That's why I'm giving her first. That's a better reason. Okay. And it's a token that we use for the class by Mr. Ifeanyi. Okay, this is for you. So, females, this is for you. Yes, every female in this place will get a t-shirt. Yes. This is Women's Week. So we are appreciating. Somebody wants to change his gender. Hello, if you want to change your gender, can we see your hand up? I thought you were proud men.
The ability for you to use what you are learning to further make yourself better. That's what we're looking at. Understand? So hopefully that works, and we'll see. Better with blockchain. We're looking forward to having that event. As it sits right now, I think we can. Yeah. So, and thanks for reminding me, Dave. Next, in Colab here, we're going to be having a blockchain development training. It's actually a school where if you're interested in blockchain development, how to build NFTs, tokens, how to build smart contracts, that is kicking off here in Colab next month, I think, right? So please, if you're interested or you know anybody who might be interested, that will really be happening. This is the new thing. So just try and see if you can get in and all that kind of thing. And like we said, we'll still go on with our community. Even if you're not going to be a developer, you want to be a content writer, you want to know more about DeFi, you want to participate in DeFi and see how you can earn more. If those who will be interested in participating in DeFi, you're always welcome to be part of the community and see some of the things we'll be doing, right? So as we close, the final thing we're doing is to introduce, like I said, we're having that class kickoff here in Colab next month. Is it next month? Yeah, so we're having our two major instructors who will be teaching us smart contracts are actually certified smart contract engineers. So we have Dave here. Let's welcome Dave. Dave is a Udacity smart contract engineer, certified. And then we also have Godwin. See Godwin Bar? If you want to follow this Godwin, so Godwin is, who is this DJ? So Godwin is also a certified smart contract engineer from Consensus. You know Consensus? Consensus is owned by who? By I say Binance. Ethereum Foundation. Ethereum, the largest DeFi protocol chain in the world. They are the ones who certified him. And currently he also works for an international fintech company. And he's doing pretty well. So these people are doing very well when it comes to this, and they're the ones who will be instructing. Sir? It's true, yeah, that's good. So please let's put our answer for getting ready. That's true. It's also certified by two of you did the thing at the same time, right? Yeah. So let's collect our stuff back. You're not even supposed to be here in the first place. I was just joking. So honestly, having these people in the community is really huge. I mean, you know what is like Consensus certifying them? It means Ethereum is saying that these people are good enough to, they're world class in their own rights to be able to. So we would like to see you as part of our, guest people who are coming in to do that. So And yeah, so it's 25,000 naira for those who want to participate. It is actually very small compared to now the average job opportunities for people who are smart contract developers is between 100 and I think 50,000 dollars. So when we talk about smart contract, we talk in dollars. We don't talk naira. 150,000 dollars to 250 dollars. Junior smart contract developer. So if you get those jobs like that, I don't want to say what these people are earning because we're in Kaduna, they still kidnap. So let me just keep quiet. Thank you so much. I don't know. I just want to be around you guys. I mean, I'm in honor of all of you. Yeah. I like seeing this. It's like blockchain. People that like blockchain are fine people. See, fine, handsome people everywhere. Fresh people. I don't know. I just like, and I really appreciate you guys. Please join us on Twitter, please, and in the Discord. Get in there. That's how you get to know the next event. The next event, I don't want to announce it now, but let me keep it in the cooler. But our next event might just be sponsored by one of the largest chains in the world. And that's where we're going. So please, let's be a part of this community and grow. Thank you so much.
Pictures, we take pictures. Please, can we all settle down? We'll have group picture and group picture. I think when we do that, we are good to go. Please, can we just 1 minute, please? Let's settle down for the group picture. Outside or here? Outside is better. All right. Please, let's proceed outside. So we'll take the group picture, please. After that, you can proceed.
Make I know they can close it with my enemy. Open my eyes, show me who they for me. Make I know they pop rose with my enemy.
Recording stopped.
Baby, follow my command, like zombie. Coca body. Follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, you with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front.